Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Game Day with Heavy Cardboard, where we teach, play, and discuss medium and heavy strategy board games, war games, 18xx. I'm your host, Edward Euler. Happy to be joined by my partner and some very good friends of ours.
I'm Jess.
I'm Trey.
I'm Chris.
All right, tonight we are bringing y'all Cooper Island, designed by a very good friend of ours, Andreas Odnall. You might know him as Oda, and published by another good friend of ours, Capstone Games. Capstone Games also very kindly provided us with this prototype of the game and also sponsored this playthrough, both of which helped make all of this possible tonight. So a big thank you to Clay over at Capstone Games. So welcome, everybody watching live around the world, as well as after the fact. Before we get started, the other folks who helped make all of this possible, patrons of Heavy Cardboard, a big thank you, because without them ain't none of this happening. So thank you. Special shout out to Brian Clark. Say thanks for being a patron and supporting the show. On that note, a quick reminder, if you like what we're doing over here, subscribe down below. Maybe hit a thumb. That would be appreciated. Hit the little bell to get reminded whenever we go live. And if you want to join the herd, you can go to pledgehc.com, support the show. We're getting very close to upgrading our equipment once we hit 800 patrons, so we definitely would appreciate the support. All right, before we get started on anything, disclaimer, I mentioned it's a prototype. It looks really good, but there are some little things here and there. It's a prototype. We actually had to steal some pieces out of Madeira. So I guess thanks to the folks at What's Your Game for providing us with Madeira so that we could steal pieces for this tonight. It'll make sense. The little square player pieces, you'll understand when we get there. That said, this is going to be available at Essen or Spiel in, God, 2.5 weeks. So
close.
I'm not ready for that. Yeah. There you go. So we played it a number of times. Everybody at the table, this is probably our third play, I think, of the game, thereabouts. That said, are you ready? Yes. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
I'm not, so we'll see you guys later. Okay? All right. Okay. All right. So one of these days, I'm going to figure out how to get chat to work. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to bring speaking of which, I'm going to bring chat down. I'm going to bring the cameras down during the teach. It's going to be a bit of an involved teach. It's not super hard, but there might be some new mechanisms that you guys might not be familiar with that we're going to go over. But yeah, so hopefully y'all are ready. And that said, let's get into Cooper Island. So here we go. So this is set up for a 4-player game. We have the 3-player boards out there in the corners of that. And then, of course, we're going to have this one over here because, well, you got to have room for everything on the board. So Cooper Island, the theme of this is such that we have discovered an island out here in the ocean, and there are a unique shape, and there are the number of players, there are that many peninsulas. Each of the players has made a harbor on each of those peninsulas, and we're going to be building up our own individual peninsulas via actions that we're going to be taking out there. Now, that's kind of the theme of the game, if you will. Now, before we go any further, let's go over everything that you guys are looking at, both on camera as well as a bunch of stuff that is off camera. So in the main part, we have the main board out here, which is, these are action selection or worker placement spots here in the middle. So there are 8 different spaces out there. Each player has their own peninsula, as you can see here. Within the peninsula, there are 5 ruins on each of the peninsulas. There is a meadow that is already built or that has already been cultivated. And each of these meadows will have a cube of food. Call it spam, call it pigs. If you're vegan, call it some pink food, whatever you want to call it. So there's that. Each player also has 2 ships. It is important to note that the double sail ship will be facing out to the right, and the single sail ship will be facing out to go to the left. There are also these logbook spaces out here in between each of the peninsulas. So that's kind of everything there on the main board. Then over here, we have the 5 supply ships, and they are numbered 1, 2 through 5, and this is also going to be the timer of the game, and each player has a crate lid on top of each of those as well. There are 2 decks of cards which are going to be available when players build a small or a large building. And then there are end-game victory point or end-game goal cards. There are 8 of them in a 4-player game. All of them are right there. Then over here on our player board, we have a whole lot going on here with our player tableaus. Again, a reminder, this is a prototype, but to the best of my knowledge, this is the size that everything is going to be, as you see here. And again, these are the pieces from Madeira, so thanks, guys. All right, so what are you guys looking at here? Well, at the very top here, we have the storage space. So this is where you're going to have all of your resources and your coins available to be stored. Then we have our initial income actions up here, as well as places to be able to build our income boats, which are then up here. In addition to that, we have statue crafting spots, only one of which is available. The others have buildings on them that have to be built before they get unlocked. Below that, we have the cartographer track, as well as the available cartographer actions that you can take on a given turn there. Then we have the marketplace, along with anything you see that has this little hourglass symbol is your anytime actions, as well as your holding place for your marketplace things as players pay you for various actions. Then moving over to the right, we have crate spaces over here and a holding space for as you acquire crates. Notice again in anytime action over there. Then up above that, we have the costs and the rules essentially for building buildings, be it statues, as well as all of the 3 types of buildings, the small buildings, the large buildings, and what we're calling the castle there. All right. We have a player aid that goes down the right side of your board here. As you can see, it's going to be over 3 phases: an income phase, a actions phase, and then a reset or an upkeep phase there. Then on this board, which is color coded to your player color, everyone has 2 workers available to them at the beginning of the game, and then there are 4 workers that they may be able to acquire as the game goes along, 2 of which are regular workers and 2 of which are special workers. Down below that, you have goals which you can attain, and as you attain these, this is how you're going to unlock further workers. Then on the very last bit over here on the left-hand side are your islet tiles, which are going to be part of your income phase as the game goes along. And then the namesake of the game, there's Oda's puppy, Cooper. So there he is. All right. Hi, Coop. All right. Now, there are some other things that are off camera. We have the wonderful bag of mystery, which has all of the double tiles on them. Double tiles look a lot like these. We will start with some of these in our possession. The rest will be in that bag. Then we have all of the resources out here, and we have those split between the 2 sides. We have coins off camera there. Then we have anchor tokens. These are bad. Hopefully you don't see a whole lot of these getting used. Then there are logbook tokens, which are going to be one-time bonuses, as well as to represent 5 points in the game. And then there are a whole bunch of other single tiles that we'll be going over. Again, there's only so much real estate, and we want to be zoomed in tight enough so you guys can see everything. And the last thing is handy dandy little player aid. When the game ships, it's going to also come with a scoring pad, which we didn't get one because, well, they're not produced yet, so we don't have one, but it's easy enough. So that's everything that you are looking at here on the board. But now the question is, well, what's the goal of the game? Well, as an overview, the goal of the game is to score helm points. Helm points are going to be one of only essentially 2 things that you're going to be scoring both during the game as well as at the end of the game. Helm points are how you're going to be moving your ship along these sandbars along the edge of the board, be it on your single sail or your double sail ship. So helm points are victory points in this game. You're going to score helm points, and essentially the only other thing that you're going to be scoring are these endgame cards that you may have claimed during the game. essentially, that's it. I've seen scores as low as 12, and I've seen scores as high as 26. So that's not a huge score producing game. So a couple of helm points in this game are predominantly, or a couple of helm points are going to be a big deal. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, how do I go about getting those helm points? Predominantly, it's going to be from building statues, which are going to be on these places, or spaces, which are the ruins that are out here on your peninsula, as well as building buildings, building income ships over here. So anytime you see this little symbol here, these are helm points. And finally, building supply ships out here. Those are going to be the main ways you're going to be scoring points in this game. And then at the end of the game, anything here. And you're going to be doing that by taking actions out here, worker placement-esque, on the main board. So kind of an overview, that's what you're looking at. So now let's break into how do you actually play Cooper Island. Oh, and Oda's in chat. Hi, Oda. I know it's late over in Germany, so hey, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. All right. So the game of Cooper Island is played over 5 rounds. Each round consists of the same 3 phases each round. There's going to be an income phase. If you're familiar with games like Gaia Project or Terra Mystica, with the open hand like this, that carries through into Cooper Island as well. Then there's going to be a worker phase, where we're going to be placing our workers out here and taking actions. And finally, there's going to be a cleanup phase that consists of 7 different steps, some of which you're going to skip in a given round if they do not apply. At the end of the 5th round, we then go into final scoring. Whoever has the most helm points at the end of the game wins. All right, so that said, let's go ahead and go into the nitty-gritty of how to play. So on your player aid, you're going to see, as I mentioned earlier, a little or on your player tableau, I'm sorry, you have a player aid over here. The first step is income phase. So you'll notice in the top left of your board, you have 2 things that you can do on the first turn of the game. The first, and you can do these in either order, I do want to stress that, but I'll say the first option is to place one of the islet tiles. The second one is to place any of the double tiles that you have in your possession out on the board. So now let's go ahead and talk about, we'll start out by talking about placing these double tiles, because this is kind of the crux of the game. The main mechanism in this game, if you're familiar with the game Antics from Fragger Brothers, I think from 2010, this game was originally inspired by that game, which I find kind of funny because when I was reading the rules, I was like, wow, this sure reminds me of Antics. Read the back of the rule book. Oh, hey, it was inspired while playing a game of Antics. So there you go. I thought that was pretty cool. So to place one of these double tiles, there are 4 different types of landscape or of different tiles in this game, landscape tiles. There are mountains, which are going to produce either stone or gold. There are mountains, which will produce wood. There are meadows, which will produce food. And then there are settlements, which produce cloth. Okay? All 4 are going to be represented by a single tile, just their orientation of where they are. Maybe it goes meadow and forest on one tile, etc. There are 3 different combinations of them. But as part of your income, you can place one of these tiles. Now, there are a few different rules for placing these tiles. First off, it must be at least adjacent to one existing tile that's already on your board. So something along the lines of that. In addition of that, you can never cover a ruin. Everybody starts with 5 ruins out in the same spaces, so I could not do something along the lines of that. Once these are cleared, then you will be able to build upon that space. So that is option 1. The most important thing that I want to drive home to everybody is when you place a tile on the board, you are then going to immediately populate it with the respective resource. So in this case, I would put a wood under that tile and a stone under that tile. That is the only time that you will be placing resources on tiles, is when you place tiles on the board. Okay, does that make sense?
Yep.
So that is going to be one option. A second option is if these weren't already taken, and I'll get into that here in a little bit, on a subsequent turn, I could go ahead and place another tile with the matching landscape on top of that tile, like so. Which then, again, I would, because I placed the tile, place a wood and a stone respectively. Now, you'll note that this is now 2 tiles high. Therefore, each of these cubes is going to be worth 2 of whatever that resource is. In this case, this would be worth 2 wood, and this would be worth 2 stone. Now, I realize with the top-down camera, at some point you guys are going to lose track of how high these are. We will just have to be able to update you on this. So, if you do so, that is now worth 2 stone, and that is now worth 2 wood. Does that make sense? Is that easy enough to remember?
Yep.
All right. The third option is you can, what we call, shim, if need be. Your cartographer track over here, one of the options is to spend, as an anytime action, 1 cartographer point going whoop, like so, to then be able to place a double tile onto the board, but you can't have it cattywampus. It must be shimmed. So spending 1 allows you to shim that. What does that mean? Well, let's say I wanted to, on a subsequent turn, put this tile out, and I've already cleared that off like so, and I would like to put this here instead of building it like there for whatever reason. I can do so. I must match the same type of landscape. There is one exception to that rule, which I'll get into in a little bit, but you can take one of these single tiles to place down on the board as a shim to then place that, and then again, because I just placed the tile, that's worth 2 food, that's worth 2 stone. So those are your 3 options. It must be adjacent to an existing tile, it can't be higher than 1 to shim difference, and it cannot cover one of the ruins. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all right. And yes, I love the use of the word cattywampus. All right, there is an exception to this rule, and that is these settlement tiles. These settlement tiles can cover any type of landscape that you wish. So if I wanted, I could do something along the lines of placing this tile here to where the meadow covers the meadow and the settlement covers, well, something, doesn't matter. When you do so, you then populate it. That would be worth 2 food, and a settlement has cloth, and so therefore that would be worth 2 cloth. Going forward, the only thing that you can then cover that with is more settlement tiles and meadow or settlement tile, etc., etc. Clear?
Yep.
All right. So now that we understand that mechanism, and there is no limit to how tall these can be, although there is something that comes into play once we get 3 high on the mountains, but we'll get into that here in a little bit. So as part of your income, you can place one of those double tiles that you may have there. In addition to that, you can place an eyelet tile. So these eyelet tiles, every player has an identical 6 eyelet tiles. The game is 5 rounds, which means you're only going to place 5 of the 6, so one of these is not ever going to be placed. When you place the tile, and let's say I choose to place this one right here, as part of my income, I'm going to put it out here on the board. Now an eyelet tile, you'll notice, is half water, half some sort of landscape. When you place it, it must be on ground level, so it cannot be shimmed, it cannot be placed higher. It must be on ground level, and it must cover half of one of these sandbars out here on the board. So in other words, I could place this tile like this, or could place it like this, and it must be adjacent to an existing tile. When you place that tile, you're going to populate it just like normal, like so, with food, and then when you place, you also get whatever the bonus is represented on that. In this case, it is going to be 1 coin. So you take the coin from the supply. Anytime you get goods or resources or coins from the supply, it goes into your storage. I would like to point out you start out with 5 storage spaces. You don't think that's enough? That's okay. Build small buildings. That will build more spaces. Or when we get there, you'll be able to possibly build an income ship to be able to provide more storage space as well. Okay? So, place an eyelet and place a double tile. That is the first 2 steps in income in a given round, okay? The only other rule for placing this is you can never have an entire sandbar covered up, because your ships move sandbar to sandbar. So what I cannot do on, say, round 2 is I could not do something like this, but what I could do is I could do it like so. Obviously, I cannot cover ruins. Same rules apply as regular placement. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, easy enough. So I won't belabor that anymore. There is your income step. Moving on now to actions. That is the meat of the game here. So on a given turn, everybody starts with 2 workers. It may become asymmetric to where more players have more workers available, but as it is, whoever is the first player marker and going clockwise in order from there, going to be able to place 1 worker out onto the available worker placement spaces and take that action. So before we dig into the actions, let's talk about the actual mechanism of placing workers. Everybody has 2 types of workers. Your regular round workers go on, yep, you guessed it, the round spaces along the outside. Yes, around the outside, thank you.
Yeah.
The 8 spaces. When you go out here, if you cover any bonus that is pictured, you immediately get it. So whatever that is, in this case, Cooper, take the first player marker, okay? As you go along, you then immediately carry out the action. If, however, you place a special worker, which are these square ones, those can go, obviously, only on the square spaces, and you'll get whatever the bonus conveys of those spaces out there. Now, if I were to go out here onto this location and then say Shrey wanted to then also take this action, he can do so. However, if there was any bonus that I covered up with my marker, he does not get. And in addition to that, whatever marker is directly below his, he must then, if he wishes, pay a fee. The fee can be any one resource or a coin from his storage area. So in this case, all he has in his storage area is a coin. He can also pay off of his tiles any resource that is out there on his board. Now is a good time to go ahead and point this out. If, for whatever reason, that tile right there was, say, 3 high, he would technically be paying 3 food to me for the 1 resource to be able to take that action. However, when he gives me that, it's going to then come over here into my marketplace. The game has no memory. And the reason I say that, and the reason I want to stress this is, do I have to remember how much this food represents? Nope. Because if it's not on the board, it's worth 1. If you immediately take it off the board to pay for something, it's worth whatever you then paid for, or whatever it was valued at, the height. But once it's in either your supply or your marketplace, it's worth 1 resource. So he might have paid me 3, but it actually was only 1. So for him to be able to take that action, he would pay me either a coin or a resource from his supply or from the board. But he doesn't have to. What if Shrey says, you know what, I don't want to pay? That's okay. Here you go, Shrey. Have an anchor. Well, the anchor tokens are going to cost you 1 point. You then can place it, or must place it, beneath one of your 2 ships. It is now anchored wherever that ship is. To be able to remove that anchor, you have to spend 1 helm point as you accumulate them to then get rid of that anchor token. If he were to take a second anchor token after he's taken the first one, they must be evenly distributed between his ships. So the first one goes on his choice, the second one goes on to the other one. If he were to take a third, I would say play better, but if he were, then he could choose between the 2, etc., etc., but he has to accumulate them equally between his ships. Those ships cannot move until their anchors are removed, and if they're not removed by the end of the game, they're worth -1 point. Okay? So if he doesn't want to pay the fee, he can do so. But I don't miss out. In that case, I get to choose. Do I want a coin or a resource of my choice? So thanks for the bonus, Shrey. I appreciate that. All right? So that is there. Now, if then, at that point, Jess comes out and says, hey, I want to take that action, she doesn't have to pay me and Shrey. she only has to pay the player she covered. She covers Shrey, so therefore she maybe planned a little bit better. So therefore, let's say she had that out there to start, and she says, you know what, I don't mind giving up a food, so here you go, Shrey, have a food, there you go, no anchors for me, and then she can carry out the action. Does that make sense?
Yep.
The last thing I want to drive home about this is, you'll note that I have a marker in that stack. I cannot place another marker in that stack because I've already taken that action. However, and Oda can correct me if I'm wrong on this, you can, however, because it's a different stack, if I have a special worker, I can do it as a normal worker and as a special worker because those are different stacks. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So now that we have driven home the actual mechanism of taking actions, let's go ahead and talk about what the various actions are in the game. So starting here, we're going to hit the cardinals first. So A, C, E, and G, or Alpha, Charlie, Echo, and Golf, because Marine. Go here, cover Cooper, you immediately take first player. The action as shown here says you can draw one tile from the bag of mystery. Or, notice the slash, place one tile that you may have already accumulated out here on the board following the normal placement rules. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
In addition to that, you then can increase your cartographer track one step. What's that look like? This. If you were to reach the 6th space and then go past it, plan better. Ping, you get nothing. Ping, you get nothing. So spend them if you got them. Okay? Any questions about that space? I will talk about the special worker spots when we get to that. Moving then over to this location. It's just like this, except instead of either or, it's both. But you don't get to do the cartographer. Okay, moving on. This one, move 3 cartographer spaces, and in addition to that, get 1 coin or 1 resource of your choice. It could be any resource. It could be gold, it could be cloth, it could be food, it could be whatever you want. Finally, over here at the G space, it's just like this, but twice as good. You can draw 2 tiles out of the bag of mystery or place 2 tiles, and it's your choice on where you place following the normal rules on placement. Any questions about that? Okay, I'll take silence.
No.
Not? Okay, all right, good. Moving on. All right, now we'll talk about Bravo, Delta, Fox, and hotel spaces. This one here allows you to build an income ship. You might be asking yourself, Self, how much does it cost to build an income ship? Well, I'm glad you asked. Your choice of which to build over here on the left side of your board. The cost, you can build this one first if you want. Maybe you have 2 wood out there on a too high wood space, so you don't want to waste the wood, so you build this one first before you build that one. Okay, no harm, no foul, go for it. You pay the coins, you pay the wood from your supply or from your board itself. And then when you do so, you then choose one of the income ships. When you choose that income ship, you then cover the space. You immediately get whatever the income ship, even though it's not the income phase, you get it when you build it, and then you will get it every subsequent income turn. So in this case, I would take a coin from the supply and put it out there, boom. But you're gonna notice, oh, hey, we also get a home point. Hey, awesome, we're on the board. What does that mean? Now we finally get to move ships. So now let's interrupt this for a moment and talk about helm points. Helm points are the goal of the game. Score helm points, those are good. Any single action that you take that grants you helm points, you may move either ship, your choice, but they all must be expended on the same ship. The double sail will move anti-clockwise, and the single sail will always move clockwise. Why? This way, as they move around, you don't get confused what direction a ship was moving. So on my turn, I got 1 helm point. So let's say I move, and again, they move sandbar to sandbar. Anytime you cover any islet tile, whether it's yours or another player's that they may have built as you move along, you immediately score whatever that bonus is. Oh, hey, I get another coin. I am seriously racking up some coins here, as it were, okay? So that's what, if I were to then get another helm point, or maybe I got 3 helm points in an action. I could go 1, 2, 3. Easy enough. However, when you reach one of these spaces right here, which also have little sandbars on them, you're going to notice that it has a little logbook on it. When you reach that space, you're going to draw one of the logbooks from out of here. You immediately get the one-time bonus of whatever it is. It's usually a good or a coin or something along the lines, if you have the space in your storage. So we come over here. Oh, it's a gold or a cloth. Lucky me, I do have space there. However, if I did not have space, it would be lost. In that case, I then would get my logbook, I would put it up here, and that's going to be a reminder that that's where I've scored 5 points at the end of the game. That also will apply when you reach someone else's harbor over here. You would then get another logbook, etc., etc. But at that point, anytime you reach a harbor, which, God bless you, if you were to circumnavigate the entire way and reach your own harbor or someone else's, you have to pay a fee. If you don't pay the fee, that's okay. You take an anchor, though, on either ship. Same rules apply as normal, but they get to then get the fee, which is 1 coin or a resource of their choice. Okay? So that's helm points. Did I mention these are the goal of the game? Get helm points. These are very important. So that is building an income ship. You'll get the income when you build that ship and every income phase in subsequent rounds. Any questions about that action?
No.
Awesome. Moving on. Let's go ahead and build some buildings, shall we? What's the cost of building these buildings, you might ask? Well, depends what building you're building. You have small buildings, large buildings, and the fortress or castle or whatever you want to call it. Here we go. Small buildings cost 1 coin, 2 wood, and 2 stone. Again, it can come from anywhere out here on your board or out on the board itself. So let me go ahead and set this up, and I will do so you guys can watch. That we're a level 1, and then this is amazing. There we go. Then if I were to build that on maybe an earlier turn, I now have 2 wood and 2 stone, like so, because that's too high. Okay? So to be able to build a building, and I want to build, let's say, the small building here, I would pay 1 coin from here and any mix of resources from here that equal the 2 stone or the 2 wood there. I have 2 stone and 2 wood here, so I take those off. I've now paid to build my small building. When you build that, you then choose one of the 2 small buildings that's out here. You're going to build it. If you had built it on a settlement space, you get 1 additional helm point plus the helm point that it provides. So as it is, it's not going to be on a settlement space, or is it? Every building and every statue that you build must be built on the highest plateau of an empty space that you have in your peninsula. So these are each 2 high, and let's say I had cleared, or no, let's say I hadn't. This is not empty. And let's say maybe I didn't have to pay that stone out there, but I did earlier maybe use that food, whatever. I have a 2 high woods and a 1 high meadow. Therefore, my only choice is to build on the 2 high forest. Easy enough. If it were like this, I would have my choice to cover up there and there. Once a building or a statue is built on a given tile, it can no longer be built upon because, well, you now have a building on it in the way or a statue. Easy enough?
Yep.
All right? Food does block, or resources do block. So if it were something like this, because maybe I paid through resources I already had on my board, the highest available is the meadow. That's the only place that I could build that. So therefore, I then could do like so. Okay? When you build it, as I said, you get a helm point. Oh, hey, there we go. Obviously, it would be moving along. You get the idea. I would score the helm point as shown here. In addition to that, you're going to be able to draw cards. Now, there are 2 decks of cards in the game. There are small buildings and there are large buildings. These small buildings, and I'll show these, I might as well show it now. These have some sort of permanent rule breaker that is only for you. all right, that is just going to be an ongoing benefit. When you build a building, you get to draw 4 of these cards, choose to keep 1, discard the other 3 at the bottom of the deck in any order that you choose. Easy enough. So I would keep it up here, and there you go. It would be a rule breaker for me going forward. If it were a large building that I had built, then I would choose from the large building deck, which, again, choose 4, keep 1. These, however, are going to be powerful one-time use, sort of one-time use, because when you use it, you're going to flip the card over, but there are ways to then reactivate that card later on a subsequent round, okay? So, build a building, get helm points, get an extra helm point if you built on a settlement, and then get your cards. And you'll notice that building on those 2 buildings, 1 helm point, 2 helm points, but it's a higher cost, and that will give you another statue space, etc., etc. Any questions about building those 2 buildings?
Nope.
The fortress here, the castle, I'm going to cover. The mechanism of building is the exact same. It takes 6 wood, 3 stone, 3 cloth, and 3 gold, and you get 4 helm points. However, the benefit for this is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to talk about that later. Again, it must be built on the highest level of an available space, yada, yada, yada. All right? So that is building buildings out here. The next one over here is an either or. Take a ruin off the board or build a statue. Taking a ruin off the board. You have to take a ruin that is adjacent to an existing tile. So what does that mean? This is the only one that I could take because I have no tiles. I have not cultivated land close enough to those ruins. If I choose to take that action, I take this, I flip it over to the statue side, and I place it over here. Done. However, if I already have that on my board and I want to build a statue, I then come over here. I either pay 3 wood or 3 stone, or 2 wood and 2 gold, and I build a statue. Works fundamentally identical to building buildings. Has to be on the highest level, that's empty, etc., etc. So if I were to then come out here and build a statue, let's say like so, there, built. When I do so, I will get 1 helm point. I will get 1 additional helm point if it were built on a settlement, etc., etc. Okay?
Yep.
All right. Any questions about building statues?
Nope.
All right. Before I go any further onto the last action, I want to talk about how to manipulate things to where you're building on settlement spaces, as well as the cartographer track here. Once during the income phase, once per action that you take, meaning each worker time you put a worker out, and once during the upkeep phase, you can use the cartographer track. So in the first round, in theory, you could use it 4 times. Once, and then you have 2 workers twice. Okay? There are 4 different ways in which you can spend cartographer points. The first one we've already covered, which is anytime you place a tile, if you need to shim it, you would spend 1 cartographer point in which to do so. The other 3 actions have to do with placing a single tile out here on the board. Depending on the height of the final tile is going to dictate the cost and cartographer points. What I mean by that is, if you build on the ground level, if it is 1 high, it will cost you 2 cartographer points. If when you are done building, it is 2 to 4 high, it will cost you 3 cartographer points. And finally, if it's 5 or higher, it will cost you 4 cartographer points. So let's say I had 4 cartographer points out here. And on an earlier turn, I spent 2 to put out a single tile out here on the board. So I put a single tile out here on the board. When I put a tile on the board, what happens? I put a resource on top of it. That's worth 1 wood. When I put my second worker out here on the board, I could take another cartographer action. Maybe I spend another 2 out there to then place another tile. Maybe I want to put another wood out there. And now all of a sudden, when I want to build, I have 2 stone, because that's 2 high, a single high wood and a single high wood, so that would be 2 and 2 for maybe being able to build a small building. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. In lieu of maybe building that last one, and let's say I had 3 cartographer points left. And let's go back to our example earlier where we wanted to build this small building. It costs 1 coin, 2 wood, and 2 stone. Well, I pay the coin from here. I pay the 2 wood and the 2 stone from a 2 high respective space out here on the board. Now, anytime actions mean anytime. A cartographer is an anytime action. So what does that mean? I can then spend 3 cartographer points to then be able to put out a single settlement tile that the final height is 2 to 4 high. Well, if I want to go ahead and cover up one of these, that would be a total of 3 high. I could do so, and that would put out 3 cloth. But I can, as an anytime action, take that cloth, put it into my tableau, and now I can continue that action of building that building. I've already paid, and oh hey, that's now the highest one. It must be built on that, and I put it on the settlement. Why do I want to put it on a settlement if at all possible? Because I not only get 1 helm point, but I get an additional helm point if it's built on a settlement. And then I get to draw my cards, etc., etc. So I guess that might be going a little bit into strategy, but I wanted to stress that you can interrupt any action in this game with anytime actions, except for one. You are limited in your space in your storeroom. You cannot move things from here as an anytime action to here to then pay for them. It has to be done beforehand or after. So the only anytime action you cannot do anytime is during a paying to build or something like that to move from here to up there. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Getting back to it now. We've covered all the actions out here except for one, which is supply ships. Supply ships, numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, also double as the timer of the game. The cost in the first round is 3 gold and 2 cloth to build this supply ship. Every player has one of these tiny little cargo lids on there. When you build that supply ship, you're going to then take that cargo lid. The first player to build it will then stand this little guy up to show the harbor master to show that he's been used. He gives a single discount on any resource shown. So it could be 2 gold and 2 cloth, or 3 gold and 1 cloth, if you want, for example, on that. If it were the 4th round, he only gives a discount to this one. However, you can build any ship up to that round, you just won't get the discount for it. And obviously, as long as you haven't taken the cargo lid. When you do it, you take the cargo lid. I'll continue with that in a moment. You also take a helm point, or however many helm points as shown there. You then take your cargo lid, put it over here, and as an anytime action, you can take any of those 5 associated actions. Draw a double tile from the bag, place a double tile onto the board. If you need to shim it, it will cost you 1 cartographer point. Add 2 to your cartographer track, get 2 coins into your marketplace, or get any 2 resources, and I do mean any 2, into your marketplace. But when you do so, you're using that like so. So maybe, let's say I go there and maybe I want to make that a wood and a stone. It could be 2 wood, could be 2 gold, etc., etc. That is the last action out there. That makes sense?
Yep.
So those are all the available actions. Before I go any further now, let's talk about how do you get more workers. Well, you'll notice that all of these accomplishment tiles over here show 2 statues, 2 any building built, 2 cargo lids, or 2 income ships. The moment you attain one of those goals, whatever it is, so maybe I built 2 buildings out there, I then flip this over to the check mark, and then either immediately or at your leisure on a subsequent round or turn or any other time you want, you then can move that over to cover one of these spaces. 2 helm points, or get a new worker. If I choose to go ahead and get a new worker, I then immediately choose one of my 4 available workers. You do not have to go left or right. However, I do want to stress, the further right you go, the more upkeep, the more feeding that you're going to have at the end of the round. But let's say I want to just go ahead and take one of those regular workers. Easy enough, boom, done. So I have a new worker immediately available when I do that. However, if I choose to hire one of my special workers, something a little bit different is going to happen. If I have any number of available workers still up here, regular workers, I activate that worker. And then I'm going to take this regular worker out here, and he's now going to claim one of the endgame goals of the 8 that is out there. And he will permanently be out here for the rest of the game. Notice the one time, meaning once it's claimed, and that's that. Okay? However, if when I activate this, I have no regular workers available because they're all out on the various worker placement spaces out here already. If that's the case, this worker then comes out and immediately covers one of these spaces, and that's lost for the rest of the game. So plan well on that. I'll briefly go over what these 8 are. They are going to be some accomplishment that you've reached by the end of the game. Income ships. If you've built 3, 4, or 5, score 3, 5, or 8 points respectively. If you haven't built that many, guess what? You don't score it at the end of the game. This one is based on number of buildings, same rules. Number of statues, same rules. Number of cargo lids, same rules. This one is how many landscape spaces out here are 5 high, 5 tall. They don't have to be contiguous, just how many do you have? 4, 5, or 6 for 3, 5, or 8 points respectively. How many uncharted spaces? How many empty spaces do you have out here on your board? And as you can see, I don't need to go over that. How many landscape of a single contiguous group do you have, height regardless? There you go. And this one allows you to copy any other player's card out here. However, the penalty for doing so is you're going to score 1 less point for doing so. Okay? So that is getting new workers. Reason I point that out now is let's briefly go over what the special rules are on all of these. Remember, it's only first come, first serve, because once it's covered, it's covered. Nobody else gets that bonus. Instead of either or, it's a plus. You get to do both those, plus the cartographer. Get a discount of 2. Now, it does show a slash between money and resources. It could be a discount of 1 money and 1 resource, 2 money, or 2 resources. Mix and match however you want to build an income ship. This is get 1 islet action bonus for your tiles that you built or any other player has built. A discount of 2 when building, same rules apply as the income ship. This is take 1 income ship bonus immediately that's been built between you and all the other players. Choose one. Instead of an either or on the statues, do both, and you can do so in any order. This is twice as good as this one. Either get 2 and a cartographer, or place 2 and get a cartographer. And finally, this is, in addition to building a supply ship, it is either draw a double tile or place a double tile on your peninsula. So that carries us through all of the action phase. Finally, there's the upkeep phase. Feed your peeps. It's going to be 2 food for your first 2 workers, and then as shown on these, you'll notice that these last 2 cost 2 food each. However, if you successfully feed everybody, you then get 1 or 2 helm points, depending on how many of those workers you have activated. If you don't, for every food that you haven't paid, you get an anchor. Same rules apply, normal anchor rules apply. The next step is you can unlock 1 cargo lid. Oh, you have a coin? Okay. I can discard a coin and, oh hey, reactivate that like so. If I had multiple out here, I could only unlock 1. It shows times 1. Or I could unlock one of those big buildings that I flipped over and used. I then can flip it back over and reactivate it. Remember I said I was going to get back to the big building, the castle? If you build that, you can do both of those, and you can do both of those for free. But still only 1 each. Okay? Then, for each statue every player has built, they get a helm point. Move your ships. The next one is, if you have built or cultivated the land on the 3 highest spaces on your board, all 3 of them, you get 1 helm point, meaning these 3 spaces, you will have already had to have removed the 2 ruins out there and possibly built the statues that are associated with it. Then get all your workers back. Then move everything in your marketplace up to your supply. If you have room, great. If you don't, you can never discard anything up here. You can discard from here because you don't have room at this point. In fact, you must, but you can never discard from here. But again, that's an anytime action. You could do so earlier if you want, but as it is, that will always happen at the end of the round. Then last but not least, move the Harbor Master, unless it's the last round, then go into final scoring. The last thing that I want to point out are these anytime actions for things here on your board or on your peninsula. You could turn in 2 cloth for 1 coin. The coin will come down here. Turn in 2 gold for any 1 resource, including a gold. Seems wasteful, but you could conceivably do it. And then lastly, 4 resources or any mix of them and coins to then turn them into 1 anything you want, coin or resource, which goes here. And if you have the room and you're desperate for it, hey, maybe I just made a gold, you then can bring it up here and then you can spend it to your heart's content. Then we go into final scoring. Final scoring is going to consist of very, very simple things. You're going to score 5 points for each of your logbooks. Well, you can also count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sandbars. Oh, you would have gotten a logbook. So there you go. So if my ship were there, and let's say this ship were there, I will have gotten 1, 2, 3 logbooks. So I know I'm at 15 plus 1, 2, 3 plus 1, 2, 3. So 15 plus 6, 21 points in helm points. That makes sense?
Yep.
Yes.
Then any of these that you've claimed and meet the number, the prerequisite, score those points. If there are any white flags, which are pretty rare, but they're in the top right-hand corner of these cards, you then score. And it says so in the text as well. You score those, then you score, or you add up anything left in your supply here, as well as any double tiles that you have left over, and any cartographer points. So let's say I had it something along the lines of this. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Divide that by 5, that's 1 point. I get 1 helm point. If I had a 10th, I would have then gotten 2 helm points for that, minus any anchors that somebody may have, and then whoever has the most points wins. And that, folks, is how you play Cooper Island. Any questions? No? Good. All right. All right. It was a little longer than I thought, but shocker. All right. Give me a chance to reset up my board and set all of this stuff up. Place your bets. We'll set the over-under on Glory to Rome's. I'm going to set it to 2.5. Because I don't think we're going to get in each other's way too much in this. I could be wrong. Let's see. I got to clear all this off. I need that there. Thank you. There. Am I forgetting anything else? I suppose I ought to clear all that off my board. Okay. All the double tiles can go back into the bag. Had a bunch for examples. And any questions from the peanut gallery that you guys saw?
None that weren't answered.
None? Okay. Awesome. That makes me feel like I did my job.
You too.
All right, so I am going to, this is going to get a little cattywampus.
That works.
Yes, that is word for the day. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to kind of, there we go.
Oh, I like that.
All right, and then
You can put chat here.
we're going to put chat actually to cover up those 2 cards.
Okay.
So we're going to shrink that just a little. There we go.
How's
You
that
guys
go?
don't really need to see, yeah, we'll call that there. There we go. That's the best I got today, guys. All right?
Looks good.
Whew. How do you get your last worker?
You don't.
You don't. I hope that helps, Eric. All right. Hey, Mohammed.
Yeah, you
All
can only
right.
get 3 of the 4
Oh,
workers.
Clay. Wow. Late.
One other
I was
question.
on time, Clay.
Oh, he was doing family stuff.
Okay, all right.
You probably had a good reason. One other question. How do you get gold off the board?
I did not cover that. Thank
Yes.
you. All right. When your mountains, 1, 2, 3. Once it's 3 or higher, you now have a decision. When you put out a tile that makes it 3 or higher, you choose, is it a stone mountain or is it a gold mountain? And that can change as you add more and more tiles on top of it. So maybe at 3, it's a stone mountain. And then I, clear that off. I pay for something. It becomes now a 4 mountain. Oh, hey, I turn it into gold. That's now 4 gold. So it's your choice. But the minimum size for a gold mountain is 3. And when it becomes gold, it is that high. It is that much gold on it. Okay?
All right.
All
And
right.
there's a nice little player aid showing that right here.
It
Yes.
is, right.
Top of your peninsula.
Our first game, I actually set out a bunch of tiles out here, which you guys can't. Yeah, you guys can see.
Yeah,
that.
they can.
Here, and I put as
The
examples
resource.
like, okay, stone or gold on it. So actually, because you guys can't see that, I'm actually going to
Do you want to do that right here?
That would be a perfect spot in which to do so. Why don't we do that? There, and there. Good call. And we'll put the resources on it. That way you guys just have a little bit of a reference so you guys can see, hey, face it, forests, wood, stone, and gold, mountains, right? Settlements are cloth, and then food, spam. All right.
The spam fields.
Schwazi, it works now. Here we go. Martin's not here, so we're actually going technical. There we go. Jess, here we go. All right, J-Rex starts. You get Cooper, ma'am.
All right.
So you can put him right
Hi,
here.
puppy.
And what do
There
we
we go.
get to start?
Oh, yes. Good call. So the first 2 players start their cartographer at 3. The 3rd and 4th players start their cartographer at 4. In addition to that, I probably ought to give those up as well. This needs to go back into the bag. Nice shot. And every player draws 2 out of the bag, and they have 2 of the double tiles
Yep.
to start. And then we're ready to rock and roll. I'm trying on some succinctness. Ugh, I got 2 of the same. That's not what I wanted. Oh, fine. I will not cheat and have an income boat already built. Fine. All right, J-Rex, it is your honor, man.
You also got like a check mark
Oh,
over
hi.
there.
Hey, I'm not only the host and player, but I'm producing too, so my bad. Anything else I'm
fine.
cheating on? I think I'm good.
No, I think
All right,
you're
good.
fine.
All right, here we go. Hey,
All right.
look at that. 1 hour. Go.
Well.
Here we go.
We all begin first.
Cloth is sheep. All right, there we go.
We all have to play.
Oh yeah, income. I would argue that we should do this in turn order, the first turn only. It's simultaneous
focus.
after that.
I'm
Yeah,
fine.
everyone, hold on. No pressure. Go ahead.
Come on, really?
Fellas.
What you
Unfair.
gonna do?
Seriously, I don't know. I like it better when we do this all together.
I'm gonna think about what I want to do.
Yeah, great. You have time now.
I already know what I'm...
Well-
Oh, one other thing. Your first eyelet tile must be placed to the right of your
to do
tile.
that.
So it's going to go here, and it covers one of those.
now I don't.
Why? Because the rule book says so. That's
And
why.
when you place an eyelet tile, you get what's on there.
Right, immediately, correct. Yep.
I don't.
All right, Kurt, it's cloth for you tonight, all right?
I did not get the tile I wanted for my plan.
Me neither, so-
Darn it.
Oh, you guys actually, oh, wow, you guys went, like, next level
while
than
you
I
were
did.
doing,
Well, you
know,
had an hour, I guess you could, yeah.
But then you're kind of committed. Now I have to change all the tactics. Darn
All right,
it.
here,
All right.
since I know what I'm doing, I'll do
Do it.
mine. Okay,
Just do it.
here, I'll start with mine.
Go.
So I am going to choose this tile right here, which is going to allow me to bring up a ruin. However, I cannot actually place this yet, so instead I'm going to do this action first, which is placing one of these out there. So as my income, I'm going to go ahead and place, nope, we're gonna go like so here. Yep, I'm happy with that. And then I will place that there. Now the reason I couldn't place that first is I'm not adjacent to any ruin. So I can't take the ruin. Now I am. So I place that first. When I do so, you then populate, and everybody starts with one food on their meadow there, and I will place the one wood out there. So I populated all that. I immediately get this, which is going to be one of those two ruins. I will choose this ruin here, which means this then comes over here onto my board. So I placed the islet tile and gotten the bonus, and I placed my other tile and populated it. My income is done. There we go.
All right, I suppose I should have a plan by now.
That's funny, Johannes.
I don't like you.
So, anybody else want to, while Jess is thinking it over?
Yes, I think I'm going to put out the 1 coin earning tile, and I think I want the forest and meadow, because I want a wood, and the extra food is going to be necessary for the extra food I can get from there. I will take a forest and a mountain.
Oh, mister, I have
and
options. Yeah.
Put it right here.
And whenever you draw from the bag, you're not setting this on the table and, you're deciding. You could flip in,
Yep.
however you want. Just
flop.
Yeah.
So I get a food, a stone, and a wood.
There we go. And you get
And
your
I get a coin.
There we go.
I'm gonna put mine down here. I have a meadow and that guy there. So wood will go in there, and then I have to pick do I want a gold or do I want a cloth? I think I'll take a gold. Sounds pretty nice. And then I'm gonna stick that there, and that will give me a stone and a food. Alright.
Okay.
Oh, right.
All right, Jess, we stalled as long
No,
as we
you're
could.
fine. So I get a tile placing this. The stone goes on first.
Correct.
So now I can remove that.
As an anytime action, you can always clear from here, and it was only worth 1, so she's not losing anything.
Yeah.
Jess?
I know. I changed my mind, but I won't. So going like that. I'm going to use a cartographer point.
So she's going to shim
Yeah.
right there
Forest.
to now make that a 2-high stone and 2-high forest.
Yeah, and I get a...
And she gets to draw from the bag 1 tile as her islet action. So everybody is now, and do me a favor, Jess, put those
Yeah.
above, and we're going to move these up higher. And put your tiles up here.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Folks can't see it. There you go. And Chris, your tile, yep, you're good.
Okay.
Yep, you're good. All right, cool. So now everyone's done with their, does anybody want to take cartographer actions? This is the easiest thing to forget. You can use a cartographer action here, 1 per worker here, and once here. Now Jess already did hers because she shimmed. The rest of us have not. And in fact, I will. So I'm going to spend 2 cartographer points there, and I'm going to take this off as an anytime action, that food, put it onto my board, and then I'm going to, nope, I'm not, I lied. I will then place that, because that's only 1 high, so therefore that only costs 2, which, there we go. 2 little piggies. Now my food is done for the round. Anybody else doing it?
Nope.
Any cartographer? Done?
Nope.
All right, Jess, we're moving into phase B, which is actions. Take it away.
All right. I'm watching you. Hold on.
Okay, you're fine.
I think I'm okay.
If anybody has any questions, don't hesitate to ask, y'all.
Good, because then... Or I can get a few more. I'm going to do that one.
Which is?
Take cartographer 3. And I'm going to take a...
And Trey, you can start your turn because she's just deciding between a coin
Yep.
and a resource.
It's
coins.
funny because she just did what I was going to do.
Well,
Yeah, that's
There's
amazing.
a board for that.
there's not only a board, but there's also a Cooper.
There is.
So you can avoid that in the future.
It's not I'll do something else. It's fine. I will instead go here.
Oh, it's the ripple effect.
Oh, we just know what you were going to say.
Can I get the badge, Jess?
Yes.
Thank you. So I draw one from the bag, and then
And you can do this in either order, but
Right.
it makes sense to draw first so you have more options, right?
well, I have this one that conveniently matches, so I'm going to place this one. So I'm going to pull this food and this wood off to my storage, and then I will place the food, the wooden food on top of that. Forest and meadow, so it comes with.
So that's now too high.
Too
Again,
high.
it's going to be hard to see that from up above. I understand, but there you go. And Kurt, what's variable in setup? The number of these is, and also, yeah, there are pieces, little puzzle pieces that, like this piece, as an example, hooks up the board, and they're all labeled A, B, C, and D. You use, depending on number of players, it's one peninsula per player, so that's what's modular about it. Crease. And remember, you can always use cartographer actions. Cooper comes over to Chris.
All right, give me Cooper. Hang in with Cooper.
So starting
And then,
next turn, or next round.
Yes, so now I can place one or draw one, and then I get a cartographer point. Well, the cartographer point's the easy choice. All right, we're going to place this. So this bad boy is going to go here. So those come back. That goes there. And then the settlement gets a cloth. And that gets a stone. And then I can choose to use a cartographer point if I want. I have 5 of them. I'm going to, yes, I should just use it now so I can use them more frequently. So what I want to do is build this into a gold mountain. I shall call it Gold Mountain.
It's original.
And I shall call it gold. Mountain.
Right.
All right, and that'll cost me, since it's now 3 high, it'll cost me 3 cartographer points. It's 2 to 4 high is 3 points. All right, there you go.
I'm an idiot. Let me just preface that. I should have made that into a mountain. So we're going to fix that right now, is what we're going to do. It's not what I wanted to do this round, but it is what we're going to do now. So as in any time action, first things first, I'm going to spend 2 cartographer points, because 2 cartographers, I can put a ground level building out, or a ground level tile. So I will place that out there and put a stone on top. Then as my action, I will take one of my 2 workers over here and
Glory to Rome.
there we go.
That's why I specifically looked at your board. So, you actually helped yourself because you tricked me.
Not on
I
purpose.
would have gone there and you would be paying me a resource if you didn't mess that up.
Nice trick.
My bad. All right, so I'm building a building. It's going to cost me 1 coin, 2 stone, and 2 wood there. So that is going to be 2 stone and 2 wood, because those are all level 1. I pay all that. Then I come over to my board. I choose one of the 2 buildings. I can choose any one out here on which to build upon. We will build upon that one right there, because they're all level 1, so it doesn't matter. It is not on a settlement, so therefore I only get 1 cartographer point, and then I draw cards. Now, I could do this, but the problem is I don't have room for a second ruin, so I can't clear that. So I'm going to hold off on that and just move that 1 like that. Then I draw 4 cards out of the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, and because it's the first one, real quickly, I will go through just to show some of these off. Counts as 2 extra storage spots for coins. If they're both full at the end of the game, it's worth 1 point. Notice the white flag at the top. That's one option. Next, extra crate space to place a crate lid here. And you either get a coin or a resource. And when you do it, you get a helm point. I'm sorry, you pay a coin or a resource and you get a helm point instead. Okay? This is whenever you supply a cargo ship, gain a coin from the general supply, provided you can store it. And the last option, oh, that worked out really well, is this counts as an additional statue crafting spot. Whenever you remove a ruin and place it with its statue side up on this free spot, gain a gold from the general supply if you can store it, and 1 helm point. So if you excuse me, we're going to mulligan one small little thing because you can do this in any order. So because I have that, these then will come into the bottom, if you will. Instead of moving that one, I will now move that one instead. I will claim that ruin. That ruin will come over here, which will give me 1 gold and 1 helm point. The gold will come over onto there, doesn't matter which spot, and a helm point. Well, now we'll go ahead and move it there. And the turn of the yellow player is complete.
That seems good.
Seemed okay. Oh, hey, Ian. Clay. All right.
So I need to get food. And if I'm going to build it, have to pay you. And I can't do both.
Always nice to see Oda, Clay, and Ian in chat. So welcome, fellas. See y'all in a few weeks, or 2.5 weeks.
Darn it. I could place 2 things, but then I won't have anything to place next time.
And that's, for income, remember you get to place one of your double tiles, right?
Yep.
If you don't have tiles to place, or you cannot place eyelet tile or whatever, then you forego that action.
Darn it.
You can, if I may.
Help.
Okay,
Please.
you can always use 2 cartographer points to put out a meadow as your second food, and then you could build if you want.
Right, build on top of it.
Right.
The food off.
Yeah, you
Right.
could pay the food to Edward,
Right.
and then
So you could take the food onto your board. You would spend 3 cartographer points.
It's a lot of cartographer
Or
points.
you spend 2 cartographer points and put it somewhere else, and you don't pay me the food, you pay me a coin instead.
or the stone.
Right,
You've
or the
lost me
stone.
completely. But I need a village to place on.
You don't need one.
I do.
You want one. I understand you want one, but
It's a
you're not.
very low scoring game. So I need a village to place on.
Okay. All right, Oda. Have a good one. We'll see you. We'll see you at Fitzpatrick's Friday for the
Move
meetup.
that over.
Thanks, Clay.
I still need... Yeah, I
Oh.
can't get the food, can
And
I?
Matthias from Frosted Games is here.
Oh, awesome.
The gang's all here. See all of you at the meetup. Awesome. Yep. Matthias Naj. I know I'm mispronouncing it. I'm trying, Matthias. He runs Frosted Games. Arguably the nicest guy you will ever meet. Although he and Oda would probably nice themselves. Have a nice off.
Nice off. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So it was spend what? For what?
Oh,
Spend 2?
2 to put out a regular ground level meadow you could do if you wanted somewhere.
I don't, but I'm stuck.
I hear you. Or you could take the anchor, which loses you a point, which defeats what you're trying to do.
I
gotcha.
suppose I could move that.
Okay.
So
And if you do
reset.
that, that costs 3 cartographer points.
Oh, never mind.
Thanks, Oda.
I'll do that and that.
All right. So now you can actually take your action, which you owe me something for doing
I
that.
really don't want to do that.
Or if you don't want to pay me, you take an anchor.
Nope, I don't want to do that either.
Well, you're going to have to do one of those 2.
All right.
So she paying me the stone comes down into my marketplace and it will hang out here. I could then, as an anytime action, move it up, etc., etc.
2 and a coin.
Because those are too high.
Missed that.
All right, so now you get helm point.
You got to do it in
Oh
that
yeah,
order,
oh yeah,
so
cards.
I'd like to
Sure,
as well.
fair enough. My bad. Order of operation, and then a helm point, and she'll figure that out. The rest of that, you'll explain it as we go. So Shrey, you're up.
I am going to. Where's my worker? There he is. I'm going to go. Let me just make sure that I'm doing this correctly. Right, first, I'm going to build a settlement to go to a second level. It costs 3. I'm going to drop entirely and put the settlement right here.
So the food comes into your...
Food's going to come right there. And the settlement comes with cloth.
2 cloth.
Two cloth. And which I'm immediately going to, as an anytime action, turn it into 1 money. Which I cannot fit.
So therefore, you might want to
calculated this wrong. Oh, that's... I can't do what I was going to do.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Put your cloth back on your settlement, and I'll explain to you how you can do it. Okay. Build what you want to build.
Which would be this.
He doesn't have enough.
I don't have the money.
That you can.
No, because he can't spend that cloth.
It's not coming from the marketplace, guys.
Oh, I can just turn this. This is an anytime.
There you go.
Yeah.
That immediately turns into 1 money, which you're immediately spending, or you spend these 2, then do that as your third one.
Yep. So
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No. Why,
Okay.
that's one of the ones he can't interrupt with because he can't move up from the marketplace.
It's not coming to the marketplace. Oh, it is coming up from
He
the
cannot
marketplace.
do that.
You're right.
I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Cannot.
All right. Let me...
Or you could just throw away that food.
We
No,
can't do that.
he
either.
Oh, you
cannot
cannot
throw
throw it
away the
away.
food.
Never mind. That's right. You
He cannot do it.
All right, so let's go back to how I was at the beginning of the
You're
turn.
right. I apologize. Right.
Yeah. Okay, that didn't end up being what I wanted. Okay.
Because so here's what we're talking about while he's thinking. Anytime action's down here, put it in a marketplace. It then has to go from your marketplace up to here. If you don't have room, you cannot do that in the middle of paying for a build. That is the only thing that you cannot do. Does that make sense? I hope for everybody at
Yeah.
home.
All right.
So, unlike what you did
Yes.
here with your points, this isn't retroactive, right? Whenever you erect a new building, draw a 1 double landscape tile from the...
Correct, because you've already built the building, and which then gave you the card.
But didn't building the building give you the points?
It gave me a helm point,
Right.
which I can do the card or the helm point in either order.
Okay.
All right, so Shrey,
All
what
right,
you doing?
so instead I will use the 3 Cartara points to put down a mountain here, and I will build, which will become a 2-level mountain. And then I will go here and pay Jess what should I pay? The food. Here you go. And I'll pull 2 and 2 and a coin. So 2 wood, 2 stone, and a coin. To put down my large building, it's going to be, small building. And I'm going to keep the wood available. I'm going to put that there. And I get 4 cards and a point. And I'll look at these.
Can I
Okay.
have a bag?
And Jess, finishing your turn, what was your card?
Whenever I erect a building, draw 1 double landscape tile from the bag.
Okay, cool.
But I don't get to do that now. But I do get to do it because I got 1 home point.
There we go.
Some good cards.
And yes, Jess did get her point. Krasimir, I think. So Chris, you're up.
Okay, cool. There's my guy. All right.
Yeah, space. I had to move him.
Nice.
Yeah, I know.
There he is. All right, we're going to go to here to H Hotel, and then we're going to erect one of or send some goods out to a ship. Now I have exact payment, so I'm wasting kind of the 1
The
discount.
free.
But I have
Okay.
a 3 gold here and a 2 cloth here, which is exactly what they want.
Okay.
You can still state it up though, because other people
I guess is that
don't get it.
no one's gonna. I'm the last to go, right? Or
I have an action, but I'm not doing it.
So we don't have to worry about
Right.
that rule. Maybe okay. So I did that, so I get my color, which is red this game. Oh, that goes there for an anytime action. I also get 1 helm point. Notice my storage is full too, so instead of getting my bonus here, I'm just gonna send that guy off to set sail.
Easy enough. And any cartographer.
And I could do a cartographer, and I have 2 points, and I could utilize this too if I want to.
which you have no
Actually,
tiles.
Could I have done this? Could I have done, say, use this? No, I can't do that. Okay. I was thinking you could spend $1 to refresh it, but that's only in the
Yeah.
During the refresh,
phase.
correct.
Yes, that
But
would've
remember,
freed up
you
some
can
space for me.
you can use that as an anytime action, then to immediately use it again if you want.
Right.
Anytime means anytime.
Right. Like, all right. Well, what I need to do
Is you need to
is
talk, yeah.
use that to draw a tile from the back, so I have something to place during the
Yep.
income phase.
And what was your card?
Yeah, the card. Whenever you erect a building or build an income boat or statue, its cost is reduced by 1 wood.
Nice. All right. Okay. So my last action. I have food to pay for my workers. I want to be able to build statues. I have 1 tile left, so I can place it, so I'm good to go there. So I want resources because I have almost nothing right now. I do like this. However, I could pay a stone. No, you know what? Let's go ahead and plan for the future. I'll go there and I'll draw 2 out of the bag as my action.
Right.
Because 2 is better than 1. Last I counted. Alright, that's a little bit better. There we go. Okay. So that's the end of the action phase. So now we go in here. We pay our upkeep. So nobody got new workers, so everyone's going to owe 2 food, some mix of it. So paying the 2 food here.
This could have moved up or not moved up.
You can move
or-
it up at any time.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So you owe 2 food now. Then, the only one I think that this applies to is Chris. If he used his cover, his cargo lid, he could pay 1 to then refresh it. No one has built statues, so no helm points. No one has built the very top there, so we skip that. Take your workers back, move your marketplace up, and then move the harbor master. So this will move up.
I'm not
Get workers back?
Not going to refresh that.
Okay. And the harbor master then moves. A quick reminder, you still can build this one unless you're Chris. Just It's probably obvious to everybody, but Shrey and I struggled with this, remembering it our first game. That said, we go into round 2. Who has Cooper?
I do.
All right, everybody can take your income.
Or just all do.
Yeah, and do it simultaneous.
Simultaneous.
So go ahead. Now I got to figure out
Interesting.
what I'm trying to do.
I might do that. Yeah.
Food.
Much is this gonna cost?
And, oh gosh, I
wood,
think I want a wood.
Okay.
2-2.
Doing some shimming over here.
I want
For
to
the record,
shim
I'm
too.
shimming.
I think I want a wood. Actually, so just to be clear, this
Yep.
went here.
Okay.
I took a food for this thing, and then I'm gonna have 3 and 3.
Oh, Oda, you hurt me. All right, so I'm gonna place this here.
So I think I want a wood for that.
Yeah, place that
So
there.
now, move that over. Place this guy. Shim for 1.
This is frustrating. Yep, there. So that. I will get a food and a wood out of that. Those will come over here, and then I'm going to place. I'm sorry. Yeah, those will go there, and then I'm going to place this one out here. There, and that'll be 2 and 2. All right, and any other income? Anybody else? No one built any income boats or anything yet?
Nope.
All right, so Chris, take it away.
Okay.
Hey, Tony, Renji, welcome. Luke, Australia.
All right. Let's make a building. Everyone else has. Should I? Yes, I should. Okay. We're gonna pay 2 wood, 2 stone, and a coin. Oh, interestingly, those are occupied, so my building will go down here.
Correct.
One of these. That's nice. Doesn't matter which one. I want to keep that food one handy though. So now what happens? I get a helm point and I draw cards, right?
Yep.
So you learned that the order matters. I'll look at the cards.
And then a helm point. So while you're deciding, I'll take my turn. I need 3 and 3. That works out. So I am, for my first action, going to come over here. I'm going to build a statue. Building a statue costs 3 wood and 3 stone. I'm not doing the wood and gold. So that's going to be 1 and 1 right here. And then 2 and 2 right there. So that's 3 and 3. So the statue will then come off of this card right there. That way it opens it up to be able to get a gold and another helm point. And it has to go on one of the highest, so it has to go on those. Oh, what do we want to do? Yep, let's put it on the mountain right there. When I build that, that's going to get me a helm point. The helm point is going to be like so, which gets me another food and either a stone or a wood. And let's go ahead and get a wood, so I'll get those. Those will come over there and there and there. Yeah, that's me. Done. Chris, what did you take? What card?
Card says whenever you supply a cargo ship, draw a double-sided tile, a double tile from the bag.
There we go.
There you go.
J-Rex, you're up.
Well, I'm 1 coin or cartographer point from doing what I want to do, so I'll go do that.
Okay, now that's a glare drop. That's twice in a row.
I was waiting for it.
Okay.
You can go there.
I might
And yeah,
do
this
it
is definitely,
anyway.
in my opinion, heavier than La Granja because of this.
Yeah.
This mechanism, I'm pretty keen on.
I think I might end up paying you anyway. I have excess food, so.
Mr. Oh, look at me, I have extra food.
I have extra food.
I have excess food.
I have 0 food.
Shrey is analyzing over here.
Mm.
By the way, the purple squares are black, obviously. Again, Madeira. We actually had round workers. We sharpied in the squares, but I figured this would look better for you guys when we streamed it. So there you go. Yeah, same here, Luke. So what you thinking, Shrey?
I'm thinking that, well, I need a coin to get to 3 coins, which will then, maybe help me build a boat. And the 3 cartographer points would be nice too, because I spent a bunch last time.
You're right. Yeah, having cartographer points is not to be underestimated.
Yeah.
I think our first game we completely undersold how important those are and how valuable those can be, because you can use them 4 or 5 times in a given round if you're collecting them. It's it's really, really pretty.
And to be clear, you have to, it's your highest one you have to place on, right?
When you build?
When you build.
Correct. Your highest empty.
So with a cube on it, it is not empty.
But you're paying
If
from
you
that.
pay with it, then it empties it. So for instance, if you were to pay with those, which are 3 high, you're going to have to put it on one of those. There's the rub. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of like what Chris did,
Yeah, I paid for this 1 down here, and then there's...
there you go, because
occupied
he
up
didn't
here.
use those specific tiles. All right. So what's it going to be, Shrey?
Okay. I will do this.
Okay.
Take the points. Take the coin. And pay with a food. Here you go. And I'm good.
All right. No cartographer actions?
No, not yet.
Peace.
All right.
I'm noticing a trend.
I drew the
here.
card that allows me to get a thing from there.
Right,
and keep
so
doing
might
it.
as well.
All right. So this time, though, I can use this fella. Like, this is 4 cloth here. That's 4 high. And then I have 1 gold here, which I'll underpay by 1 for
Yep.
that there. So I got a helm point, and I get another lid. And more importantly, I've now achieved this. I have 2 lids, so that can unlock my...
That was quick.
Yeah, that can unlock my other worker. So, helm point wise, both of these unfortunately aren't going to get me anything when they move. So it probably doesn't matter too much which one moves. And do I want to use this now? No. What was the other thing? Oh, I got my worker if I want, and I do want 3rd round worker.
All right.
Done.
Yeah.
Oh, I draw a double tile for the bag. That's my card action.
I'm unhappy about my draw right now because I have 2 identical tiles, and they're not the one I want. That's the one I wanted. Thanks for rubbing that in.
I didn't want this one either.
Okay. So I have food to pay for my workers. Ugh. The cartographer point would be nice, but 1 and 1, that would be 2 and 2, wouldn't it? No, it wouldn't, because I can't get both. I'm looking at taking this action, but I can't lay the tile that I don't have the tile that I want to lay. So you know what? It's okay. It's okay. I think I will go ahead and take that action. I think. Let me double check. I guess I know what goal I'm going after. So I will go ahead, actually, I will go there. I will draw first and hope I draw something that I want, which in a perfect world would be a forest and mountain tile. Boom.
Cha-ching.
Don't laugh. Hold on, 2 and 2, and then I need that. Nope, I will place it. Okay. But I can't shim because I have no cartographer. All right, so I will place that right there. I'll place it that way though. Which will be 1 wood and 1 stone. And done. It was not a very productive round for me at all.
Hey, that's me.
It is.
Cool.
I'll give you
Oh,
the
that's so
food.
delicious. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
so this is going to be interesting, I think. I'd like to build this building. I have 2 coins. I have 3, 4 wood. I have 3, 4 stone.
Checks out.
I'd like to interrupt.
Okay. All right.
I'd like to spend 3
You're right.
to build
Yep. A settlement.
a settlement. I haven't gotten so far as to decide which settlement.
But I'm
So
gonna build
I
one.
want to get rid of stone.
I know. I tried, Matthias. I will next round.
I am
So-
not going to get rid of stone. I'm going to build it on the woods,
Okay.
which gives me 4 cloth. I would like to then sell my 4 cloth.
For 2 coins.
Put that in the marketplace.
And then
Now I'd like to place my building. Because it's on a settlement, it gets 1. Furthermore, it gets 2 in a card. Can I see the cards, please?
yes, ma'am. 1, 2, 3, and 14. If you're you too. All right.
I also get to get a tile.
For your
Special card from
Yep.
the last time.
We did this.
Interesting.
Should have come off a long time ago.
So I'm going to pick this and then move
and then move
my
your 3.
3 points once I
And
look at this.
it has to be on one ship because a single action gave you those. So, but you're right. Yep. And that is Sheree. You're up.
All right, I'll build this boat.
Here it comes.
All right, for real.
Yeah. 3 money. I have a discount of wood, so no wood. I could build this
Or
way.
you could if you want. It choices, right?
Yeah, it shouldn't make a difference. So three coins. I'm going to build the coin generating one, and I get a helm point for it, which gets me a.
For building the coin boat.
Oh right, yes, thank you. Yes, I
Yep.
get the income for it. Yeah,
And then you get a helm
and
point.
then a helm point, which is a cartographer.
Ooh, look at me, mister. I have 5 cartographers. Nice. And Chris, you're up while Jess is deciding on her card. So for everybody watching at home, are you understanding the flow and the mechanisms, if not the strategy involved here?
Oh, that's interesting.
There I am. I'm going to draw a tile.
And you keep Cooper.
And I keep Koopa. I got exactly the same tile I had.
When you get a new worker, if you get a special worker is when you claim a milestone, Casey.
I just wanted a
Wait,
different
where was
tile.
All right, down here.
Here.
All right, what's your building, Jess?
I'm going to actually build
sorry.
this as a thing. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'll put some stuff
So
on
this
it.
is a one-time use. If for each building on my peninsula, I take 1 coin from the general supply and place it onto my marketplace. Of course, I can flip it with that action
Yep.
in the cleanup phase, but
Just, yeah, right there. That'll work. It's the best we can do. Again, space is at a premium. That's everybody's workers, yeah?
Just built the second building.
yeah. So I have to do those.
Oh, you do
Okay,
3
hold on.
points.
Get your 3 helm points. Yep,
That's
you're right.
that's
Yep,
what I was
yep,
looking
yep.
at. Yep. Interesting. 1, 2, 3. I should do that. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Well, I can't go like that. And I get these things. I'll obviously take a food. That's a food. And these come to here, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
A wood or a stone?
I have less chance of... I'll take the wood.
Thanks, Jonas. All right, so now that that's done, that's now your second building that you built, which is that. Jess?
Yes.
Do not have to claim it right away,
Interesting.
because she does not have the food to pay for
No,
it.
she does.
She does.
Yeah.
She does have the food, because the third one down there.
Yeah, I have the 3. And it would give me a special action. Do I have anything I want to do? That 1 food wouldn't be bad. Ooh. Yeah, try it. I don't know that this is a good idea. So I can do that.
So you're claiming which one?
Um.
So right now, Casey, to answer your question, if Jess chooses...
I can't take that guy because I don't.
If she-
All right. So if I take this, he has to place.
She then claims
That's
one
so
of these
bad.
with that special worker. If she doesn't, she just gets a regular worker and can't claim one of these. It's only when you get a special worker do you get one of these, and then you have to discard or spend one of your workers that's active or available to be able to do
So
that.
no, I'll save the food and wait. I'm gonna do that after. I
Okay.
think.
Now that's all the action. So we go into end of round cleanup, which is pay your food. I owe 2 food. So my 2 food right here. Pay your food.
And I could have moved this up.
Yeah.
Right? So that's 2.
There you go. Next step is anybody unlocking anything that they've used? I don't
No.
think anyone's used any, so we move on. So that's here. Anybody build a statue? Hi, I did. Get a helm point. Okay. So, there. Okay. Done. You get 1 helm point per statue. No one's built. Top row. Get your workers back. Move your marketplace. Move the harbor master. Get your workers back. Harbor master moves.
Thank you.
And move up anything in your marketplace. All right. Get your income, y'all.
I need the bag because I'm building that.
There you go.
That tile. It's going to go here.
We'll build that one,
All right.
which will be 1 coin, which is what I desperately need right there. Then I'm going to build one of these 2 tiles. So is it this side or is it this side? And I still have no cartographer
I literally
points.
have the one I don't need. That's unfortunate.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
Okay. He's already passed.
I will need the extra food,
So
won't
I
I?
should go over here.
I'm going to move this food into my store. And then I'm going to go like so, which will be 2 wood, 2 food. I'm happy with that. I don't know if I love it, but I'm happy with that. That's all my income. Boom, done.
Don't
I
hate
have a
it.
thing I
Right?
want to do. All right, so I'm going to do that.
You don't have to, Casey, but if you don't, then your special worker will go over here. Even though they're round shape, you're still going to put a square worker, which kind of is wasteful. So yeah,
Oh, that's 2 up. That's unfortunate.
good, Luke.
Okay. But that would give me...
So, Chris, you did yours.
Yep, I'm good.
And any cartographer action? No.
No,
You don't
we
have
do
enough
this.
because I don't.
And then what can I get? Stone? I don't have enough wood.
So go ahead, Trey. What are you doing?
I built this islet, which has the dry double landscape from the bag, which is what I needed to place because I didn't have one in my supply at the beginning of income. So I got this double islet, which I then placed as a 2nd level mountain and meadow.
You can only place settlements on settlements, right? Settlements go on
Correct.
anything, but only settlements on settlements.
Yes, ma'am.
Darn it.
You knew the answer. You were just hoping.
I mean, that's 99% of the time.
Hey, Ryan. What's up? Designer of pipeline in the house.
Oh, nice.
This, I got every tile but what I need. I hate that.
I hear you.
I guess that takes... This is
Make
terrible.
a decision.
I know. All right. I guess I can do that and that. So that gives me 1
One what?
cartographer point.
Okay.
Oh, and it gives me a food. So I can just place, but then I only get 1 stone. Ooh.
I don't necessarily get the Terra Mystica similarity. I don't. Because you're building vertically.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm never gonna do that anymore.
And the only, like in the
So there's
biggest
some
town, I guess.
income, and then there's little
I-
X's changing colors on the board. But Terra
Sure.
Mystica to me is all about like blocking and kind of. that
Yeah,
sort of
it's
stuff.
it
There's
definitely.
Okay, 1
vibes of it.
I
to shim.
I can see a little bit of it, I guess. Okay. Shimmery.
I did
shim,
such
shimmering,
things,
shim,
yes.
shim,
So
shimmery.
then it's that and that.
Tell me I'm not the only one who thinks that every time.
Yeah, it's you.
Okay, it is just me. Good. All right, Chris.
Hit you.
Go.
All right. I have an option. Do that first. That'd be pretty nice.
That is correct, Matt. You are correct, sir.
Okay. The popular 3 cartographer points and a coin. That's it.
Okay. I will take 1 worker. And to the surprise of exactly 0 people, I think, I'm going to build. So I'm going to build a small building. Small building costs 1 coin. There. 2 wood. There. And 2 stone. Because we have a pretty low-lying peninsula here and right there. There we go. So that is going to build my second small building there, which has to go on my highest level, which is going to be that forest there.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
When can I do this thing?
It's an anytime, technically on your turn.
Right. I should have done such. It's not my turn yet.
It's not.
I'll do it immediately.
So I'm going to draw 4 of these, look at them very quickly. There, oh. Probably already decided what that's going to be. I did. Because if there's a synergy, probably ought to go with that. That's my thinking. So this one is going to be whenever I remove a ruin, I get a coin.
Ooh.
Whenever I remove a ruin and put it here, I get a gold and a helm point. Seems to work pretty well together, I think. So there's that. I get the helm point, which I will then immediately get the helm point for doing so right there. That's going to be a coin. And I now have 2 buildings. The 2 buildings will then go ahead and claim a worker. And here you go, Casey. So I'm going to claim a special worker, which means this guy is going to immediately go out and claim one of the endgame goals. So realistically, I see it as 3 options for me. Building statues, I already have 1, and I have a second one already on my board ready to rock and roll. Building buildings, I already have 2 out there. The third one is this one, which is how much of your island, how many empty, uncharted spaces do you have? A couple of these kind of go hand in hand. No, excuse me, still getting over being sick. Nobody is going for statues thus far. Nobody has even claimed a statue. I checked that. Chris has.
Yeah, I've got 1.
He's got 1. However, looking at, I think I'm going to go with the uncharted spaces, and then maybe the statue or maybe the buildings if people don't beat me to it, and go from there. So that's my decision, and now I have a special worker. Boom. Although, hold on.
Special.
I do have all that thing about claiming ruins. But the thing is, with claiming ruins doesn't mean I have to build them. I just have to claim them to get them out of the way to then build on them. I'm done with my decision. Done. Jess.
So I'm going to do that action now on my turn. Similarly, take the square worker in place. This was interesting. I'm glad you went there because I had a decision to make whether to block you from being able to.
I did as well. I did as well. But I figure instead of worrying about I'm going to focus on what it is I'm actually trying to do and not just trying to block, because I think I can do this better than she can do that. So we'll see. I could be wrong. I probably am, but you get the idea.
Yep.
I assume that's where you were going,
You're
right?
correct.
Okay.
All right. So
I think the more you play it, the harder it is. I think the complexity goes up because of this. You start seeing more and more things you can do with the cartographer action. Yeah, that's an interesting. It's
build.
It's heavier than it looks because of the vertical and the cartographer is an anytime action.
There's a different thing in most games is that your resources come off the board and they're gone. And I had a 4 cloth here, and then now I don't. I have 0 cloth here now.
Well,
right?
not just that, but now you have to build on it if you're going to build on it.
It doesn't like refresh automatically.
Yeah.
You just get stuff. You have to think of how am I going to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and having to think where you're going to go because now he has a special worker.
Right. Which
special
again,
worker.
you only get the special if you're the one that
If you're
covers
one
it,
that
right?
goes there.
If you go on top of someone, and yes, you have to pay for the worker because it's right here. If it's empty, you pay for it. So I owe 3 food, even though I lost one of my regular workers. Absolutely, I do. Matthias says he would have taken the statue one. I could make a case for it. right?
I mean,
I
but
could
these
see.
are-
I think both of them make sense.
But your thing's for clearing, like you said, and that's clearing as
Right.
well.
So.
All right, so I'm looking at, I wish I had one more cartographer, because 2 lets me place 1. I could do such things to get 1 wood, and then I wouldn't have to worry about a disc, or I could save the 2 money. Or save. You know what? I can just go there. Spend that. Oh, because what I really want to do is again place a village. But I need 1 cartographer to be able to do that. I could place that. And I don't need the discount. If you guys really get in my way. What's wrong?
Nothing. It's my own stuff. I'm trying to figure out a way to do what I want to
I'll
do.
still
and I
have
can't.
3 food because I have 4 food. So I could give somebody food if they get in my way. So that would give me the cartographer. Let me place 2. I'd be able to build. And I get an extra point. I think that's what I should do. Okay, so what I'm trying to figure out is where to put these workers. My thought is go here.
Which one is that?
Do I have room to place 2? So the tricky part is, yeah, I can figure this out. I'm gonna get 1 when I build, and I'll be able to build. So I'm gonna move the cartographer. This is
For that.
yeah,
Which you
some
covered.
brain stuff. Now I get to place 2. You can't, what is it, cattywampus?
Yes.
You can't cattywampus these.
Correct. Those have to be on ground level. Sea level.
Islet?
if you will.
Islet?
Islet. There you go.
Tiles, so I want to be careful. I can't really, if I'm not removing this, like where I'm placing.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind getting another coin out of this. So I think I want to do something like,
You couldn't have built a better income ship, really?
that, and like that.
good for
That
me.
still lets me place those. Okay. So now I'm just going to fill these in.
All right. Shrey, you're up.
Okay. Yeah, I'll still do this. Whereas, oh no, I need to get the other worker first. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do.
believe you.
I'm going to do kind of what I tried to do before, and
Okay.
but this time it's going to work. So I'm going to pay 3 cartographer points to put this right here, which is going to give me the cloth. I'm going to pull the cloth off and get a single coin.
Reveal.
Okay.
And then I'm going to place this over here, which will let me build a boat. It costs 3 money and 1 wood because I have the discount.
Normally would cost 2 wood.
Normally 2.
Here for everybody at home. So he's building this one. Normally would cost him 2. Only cost him 1.
And I'm gonna. Is there a boat that you want?
There is.
Yeah.
It is not the extra storage space, and it is not the do anyone that anyone else has already built.
Yes.
So that eliminates 2.
Yeah.
So you have a 33%
I'm pretty
choice
sure I know
of
which one. I'm
choosing.
pretty sure I know which one you want. Which one you want, but
What
I'm not.
one do you think
I'm
it
not.
is?
I'm not building the cartographer one.
Okay.
So I'm building this one because I need.
Literally, the other 2 would have been perfectly fine, so you choose that. You're a terrible human being.
So I
Glory to
choose-
Rome on your choice, sir.
So I chose the get a tile from the bag because I have no
Get yourself a
tiles.
tile.
So I get a tile, and I also
You might
get a.
get 2 because you're gonna.
And I also get a point,
Boat.
which I'm going to move this boat to get another tile.
Okay.
So I need some tile
That
options.
stuff.
And that is my turn.
Okay.
Oh, and
hold on, that's
no,
your
it's not.
second income
I
ship.
got my
There you
second
go.
income ship. Yeah, that's important. And I'm going to do this to get a special worker.
And again, he could push the far right special worker up, which would get him a helm point, but it costs more food.
Yeah.
So something to keep in mind. And which one do you want to claim, sir?
Getting to 5 boats seems really difficult, but I'm going to, we'll do it.
This one here.
Yes. Okay. So here, let's
Yeah.
be clear. When Shrey, go ahead.
When
Go for it.
I pulled the cloth off, and then I got a coin for it, it went to the market.
As an anytime action.
I can move anything from the market to my storage, and I had the space at the time.
And then he actually
and then I
paid for
spent
his
it.
action. So there
That's
you
what's
go.
important.
Yes.
The space and storage
have
to
to,
move it
right.
Yeah,
up.
and that icon is right here,
Yeah,
right?
is
Yeah.
the limiting
There.
There you
factor.
go. Oh, here, I'll show everybody. That is right here. Anytime to there to move from marketplace
To
to
a
your store
space in
or
the
from
storage.
there into storage from
Yeah.
the board. Okay? All right?
It's just honoring storage.
Yes, how dare you
limitations.
not build a ship I want? Exactly. Interesting. Oh, hey T.
My turn?
We will see you in a few weeks. Or wait, is she going? Yeah, she.
I don't know.
I don't know. T, are you going to Essen? Will we see you there? It is your turn, Chris.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're going.
Ha ha!
Let's build a house.
Hey, let's pay me first.
What do you want?
I'd like a gold,
Don't do it.
so I would prefer you not pay me. Please don't pay me. Stop paying
There's a
me.
food.
All right, I will take my food and put it here.
Okay.
All right. You asked. I thought I'd be honest. Take care, Luke.
Before, yes. So I'm going to do the cartographer action now. Going to go back 3 to put a settlement here, which will put a cloth on top. Now to build.
That is a
Alright.
5-level
That's
settlement,
a 5.
everyone.
That's a 5-level cloth.
That is a 5-level.
Behold.
That is.
Need 4 of
Oh,
them.
there you go. Got 4. Don't worry about me. Then
I got
Imagine
you. I
them up
got you.
top on the settlement. Binocular,
Yeah.
a monocle. I guess.
Definitely
okay.
T.
So to pay for my coin, I'm going to do
We
the same
have
thing
to
straight.
schedule a
That is
meeting
turn
with
this
them.
cloth into a coin, which comes down here and goes up here, and I'm going to pay right away with that coin. And then 2 woods. Oh, my cloth is
What have you done?
My
Your
cloth is
settlement is
ravished.
falling over.
like it's ravaged.
There was a
countryside.
landslide.
Okay, so all that this gets built on that settlement there. Basically, she shuffled things around enough so that gets on there, and that's going to give me a total of 2 points and a
It's
card.
not 2. What are you doing? It's Freebird.
Let's see what these do. Oh, that'll be nice, maybe.
Yay! We'll see you there. By the way, if you guys have never watched the One Tars videos, they and Steve, they live stream as well. But also, T did some really good videos. She did. They did a packing for a convention video that I found invaluable
Yes.
last year when
Yeah.
going to all those conventions and everything. So that was really well done. So go
Wealth
check
of
it out.
information,
Yes.
even
Very
on
good
social
stuff.
media.
Yep.
Yeah.
How many gold is on Chris's board? They
That's a 4 gold and a 5 cloth.
there you go. I was going to say 0. That's why I wanted him to not pay me so I could then claim whatever I wanted. But
T, it says 3-player because I had an exceedingly difficult day, and Edward was being kind and giving me the option to cuddle up with a blanket and a stiff drink. But, you know, board games are relaxing too. So
All right, we'll try
I'm
this. I got it's basically a free food every round. My
Yeah.
cost of feeding is reduced by
fair
1.
enough. Use the live stream. Okay,
I
fair
saw
enough.
that one.
Yeah, my cost of feeding is reduced by 1.
All right.
And I still got my 2 helm points. There's my 2 helm points. I got a food and a wood or a cloth.
It's funny. I fix it and I
Take
can't
that.
even see it on screen.
I think I did everything. Go ahead. I'll think about it if I did.
Goat head.
No,
He said.
I didn't. This
You
is the other part
lying
of it.
son.
Oh!
That was the other part of it. I have 2 houses now. I'm gonna get my special worker, and this guy's gonna obviously go there because I'm working on
Okay.
these ships.
Interesting that we've all kind of gone in different
Yeah.
directions. That was not planned because, as you guys know, we don't talk about that before the game. We just play, and how it ends up, it ends up.
Get to draw a
Um,
tile.
All right, so I have my special
Yeah,
worker
right, yeah.
at this point. So what are we looking at? I really want a second gold. That's what I would like. I would also like some cartographer actions. Okay.
Yeah.
So, if I went here, I would be able to draw a tile, I would be able to place a tile, and I would be able to put out or do any bonus that anybody has built on their islet tiles. Looking around the board, the one that I would want is sitting right there on Chris's board, which is take a gold if I want. So this is a good option, or this is a good option. But unfortunately, I would get a gold here. This allows me to cover up more spaces on my board, which seems good, seeing as that's my whole point here. You know what? I think I may just talk myself into that. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. You know what I forgot? I forgot I have this, too. Which every time I claim a ruin, I get a... Oh. Okay, done. So, this... because I'm going to have to clear them. So there we go. So the statue. This allows me to do both of these, claim a ruin as well as build a statue. So we will claim one first. I literally can only claim one because I'm not touching any of the others. I haven't. They're not adjacent. So I will claim this one. This one will come up over here and will give me a gold and a helm point. So the gold will then go there. The helm point will... well, I guess we're racing up through here. There. Now I can build a statue. And this is why Matthias was right. I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 gold and 2 wood. So that's 2 gold. And this is 2 wood. That's 2 high right there. And we will build that statue. And we will go ahead and build that one, because why not, right? To free that up. And unfortunately, unlike Chris, I did not plan nearly as well. That will go onto the 2 wood space. When I build that, though, I get another helm point. I will use this one, and hey, we get a logbook. So I will reach in. Thanks for just hoping that would slide. I guess not.
Not here.
I get a logbook, a log book.
Gotcha.
I immediately get, oh, it's a gold or a cloth. I will take a gold. So I will go ahead and just put that there. I take the gold. That signifies that I have 5 points on one of the ships. So, okay, awesome. I claimed a ruin, which also gives me a coin. Almost forgot that. And that's it. I did both those. Boom, done. JRX, you're up.
I am.
Thank you, Eric.
Okay.
Yeah, about 50 minutes, T. But I covered everything.
Interesting.
Yes. If you were probably a demo at the con, it would probably take 15 minutes, I think, because you wouldn't cover everything.
Yeah.
I got a regular worker. It's gonna go here.
That is a popular spot.
I'm gonna give you a food. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, totally forgot about food, and then I'm like, oh, I have 3. That's why I forgot about it.
That's what I'm thinking about food.
Phew. Oh, shoot. Thank you, Matthias.
I have
One last
to
thing.
play on the highest.
It's my second statue. That's it. Not going to do anything else with it right now. Done.
I have to place on the highest.
Stimpy, you idiot.
But I don't have
Nice,
to
Eric.
do... So weirdly, I only actually want to get 1 helm point right now. I don't want to get 2 helm points from placing a settlement, because I don't have things filled in over here. Or I guess I could just go that way, but I really like that extra cartographer. I think... the thing is, it has to go here. Oh, I'd so like that cartographer though. Because then when I place, I can shimmy.
Sorry about that, y'all.
I know, not what I want to do. Or I just go this way.
Because because unless I build, right, yeah. Plus, logbook might get you something good and useful.
No, that's the thing. And even if you build there, it's only 2 I'm getting, so I'll be fine.
Right.
Because I can put myself before it. That's not what I'm worried about. It's the fact that I really need that cartographer.
Oh.
But I don't want to miss out on the thing.
I will say, Jess is the queen of maximizing.
Not really. Not in this game.
Okay, better than most of us. How's that?
You're doing really, really well, so I don't think you can say that.
Matthias
There's
says go
nothing-
for more points. Don't worry about that. Just saying, that's what the developer said. What
I
do
know, but it's more points and getting those resources. It is resource management, Matthias. All right, so we'll spend this.
Okay. Seriously, build better ships, dude.
Okay.
I think the one I'm going to build next is not going to make you happy either.
Probably not.
So that's a 4 cloth. That's going to give me 2 coins.
I got you. Yep. Eventually. There we go.
And now that I'm there,
Here.
Hey, Robert. Welcome. And Krasimir. Noted. Whiskey, honey, and orange juice.
2 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not?
It's kind of like a hot toddy.
Mhm.
Kind of.
So there,
Uh-huh.
1, 2, 2, and 1.
Yep. 4 cards.
Cards, please.
1, 2, 3, 4. And there's no limit to the, well, I guess you're limited to 2 each because obviously
Yep.
2 buildings each, right? And then Jess is going to get 2
Helm points.
helm
once
points,
I
and they
pick this.
can't be split. Remember that because
I
from the
dislike
same
that. I would
single
love to split.
action.
Splitting would be so fun right now.
J-Rex Maximus, exactly.
You call me that all the time.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I didn't even. That was mad. Yeah. All right, so she's just thinking about that. So I think
Yes.
you can go because she's out of action. So go for it. Sure.
Yeah.
And I also, don't let me forget I get a
A
tile.
draw here.
Because that was important to
Yep.
this.
No worries.
I really want to go to 2. The cartographer point would be nice, but the islet would be nice. I want both.
I wanted this, and this.
Yeah.
Alas, you guys probably wouldn't let me do that. So
No, I'm probably doing this twice.
And we'll do this one.
Figure that out.
all
I
right.
can
So
figure that out 'cause
basic.
it's
What isn't? You pretty much have your choice of
Money.
any of them.
6.
I need the
Okay.
money.
5, 6.
Easy enough.
I'm
So
gonna do
this
this one.
is taking an islet action for any built one, whether it's his or anyone else's. And I'm sure somebody has built the money one. Oh yeah, I have. So
yeah,
there you go.
I've got one too. All right, and then I will draw one and can I get the bag, please?
Sir. And
Oh, I
what
might-
is that one? Jess?
Whenever I build an income boat, because I might have plans, gain 1 step on your cartographer track.
Okay.
All right. Do I get the
if
free
I
thing
may.
up there?
Go ahead. You're fine.
Just do not show.
Yeah, now they do.
How about the one time here and this over here?
However you would prefer to think of it. Oh yeah, because that one flips. You're
Yeah.
right.
I did not get the tile that I
I'm so
wanted,
sorry.
which is sad. Huh. Okay. So. For my placement, I'm going to shim first.
Shimmery.
Okay.
So I need
There it is, every
a
time.
this,
See? Okay.
and then this.
That is a 4 high cloth and food.
You mean 2 money and 4 food?
He's growing money.
No, I'm making a cloth to sell so I can get some.
That makes sense. I totally get that. Jess gets a cartographer. Finally has made her decision.
Don't
Yes,
like it.
Shrey, go ahead.
So I did these 2 and I'm done. Okay.
Okay.
Did you get your tile for? Okay, good.
And Chris with his third action.
Got a tile.
Just
Just
this
go
one
for
time
it.
can I split my help?
No. But I hear you. I like where your head's at, Matthias. I mean, it could be like Jurassic Park, dinos on the
That's
island.
what works so nicely.
I don't know how I did this. I have so much money.
I would love some of that money.
I have a ridiculous. Like I'm gonna get
money.
even more. There's so much money.
She's like, making it rain!
So,
So I asked this earlier, but is it making sense? Are you guys putting it all together now that we're further along? We're over
Over
60%
halfway,
of the way?
So many.
Hey, Shrey, Steph says, pull better tiles.
Oh,
hi, Steph.
Oh,
Steph.
you forgot
Yeah.
to do that.
yeah. I needed the.
How was that?
I wanted the settlement forest tile. Didn't show up.
You had a 33%
Same.
shot.
Like I
yeah.
had 3 tiles. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
All right, we're just gonna
The one I like
could
does
draw
not
in
come
place
out.
and get a cartographer point. That's pretty nice. Can I do it on next round? We're gonna try. All right. I'm gonna draw.
You're halfway there, T. You're halfway there.
Here's my cartographer.
The dog is the first player token. You have 2 ships that go around the islands, which arguably this is the most important thing because that's points, right?
Yeah.
So everything else is secondary. Dollar bills, y'all. Yeah, it's like a little shimmery.
I could do
Or
that.
not.
That would be nice.
You see what Matt says, Shrey?
Yeah.
Don't your people need clothes? You keep selling all their loincloths.
That'd be nice. But it doesn't matter which way, probably. I'll do that.
They brought clothes on the boat.
Yeah.
That's fine.
They don't like doing laundry.
No.
Right, yeah.
Too many clothes is a hassle.
Right.
What did I decide to do?
I don't know. I love that
Who are you?
Right.
Popcorn.
What's my name? Right. Popcorn, help.
Oh, this is what I had to do. This. Are these singles?
Yep.
That.
Okay, so that was
Does a
2.
shim.
Oh,
Oh,
there
so
you
you
go.
technically get a
So I
you get
got
a food on
that went
that.
on there and came off, went over here.
Yeah.
And when he shimmed it,
When I shimmed.
No, he does not.
Oh, it
What?
doesn't.
No.
It doesn't.
Hi.
What is
Come
that?
on.
Sorry.
What is going
okay,
on?
let's try it again.
I thought I
He just
knew that
puts
was
out
done.
a double food
Yeah.
and puts out a double mountain because he shimmed it.
Did you say the shimmery again?
It was earlier. I did.
Just now?
Yeah.
Oh, because I Steph did it too, so I thought maybe she was just on the same wavelength that we were not on.
No, I'm
I think
not on that
I think I've
wavelength.
done the things I want to do.
You were.
I read Poppies. And I was T-Bone saying, Poppies, Poppy. Never mind.
Okay,
she
stuff
said Mary
happened.
Poppins. All right, anyway, I'm out of actions. Out of actions. Out of actions. Out of actions. We go into cleanup. Cleanup says, pay your
Feed.
peeps. Or feed. So 3 food.
3 food.
3
Boom.
food.
3,
Overpaid.
2, and 1 is
4 minus
3.
1.
2
for
and
me.
1 is 3. Good math.
All right. So then, does anybody wish to untap or unlock
Yes.
any of their stuff? Okay. So walk us through it.
Here's $1. Then I get to take one of these 2 off. So it's either draw. It's going to uncover, draw a double
Oh,
tile, or
I
place a
should've
double
done
tile. Probably place a double tile. I'll take off.
Okay.
Okay.
So then,
When can you do this? So I should have done this. It's fine.
okay. So hold on.
But I should have done
You
this.
can do that
and
now.
then do that.
You can do that
Can
right
you
now.
legally
Yes.
do
Yes,
this
because
and
it's
then
an
undo it?
anytime action. See the hourglass?
So I'm going to, it's really only the difference of 1 coin.
So what is this?
It says for each building on your peninsula, take 1 coin from the general supply, place it into your marketplace. So I'm going to place 3 there. But it cost me 2, which I could have moved this up, to do so, right? Because it's
To refresh
Well, now
it.
it's 2 to refresh.
Yeah.
So she flipped that over, used it,
Yes.
and then she just paid 2 coins, which she had, to
flip
then
back.
flip it back over, and it's now available.
It legit
Which you-
just gave me a coin.
Which
but
you technically
why
could
not get
use
a coin?
right now again, but then you would have 7 coins up there at the end of this, and that would take up all your space.
Not right now.
Understood. Just throwing that out as an option. So that's here. Now, statues. For each statue you built, get a helm point. Well, I built 2 of them. So, 2 helm points. I'm going to wait on that guy, so I'm going to come on over. 1, 2. Anybody else build statues?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, moving on. Then, has anybody completed all 3 in the top row? No. Take your workers back, move this stuff up from your marketplace, and move the harbor master. Harbor master then comes there. There. And T-Rex arms. There you go.
Okay, goodness.
And who has Cooper?
I do.
All right,
Still.
so we are in
Come
the
on.
penultimate round. Everybody get your income.
Which is nothing but placing tiles.
Oh! Ooh! I don't need those. So I think I should do this.
Here or
We've got a
basket
cartographer
here?
point.
No, it doesn't.
That's
What's
gonna
that going
go
to do for my thing?
right away.
Oh, that's not bad. 'Cause I could take those 2 off. And then I'll have 3 and 3. That seems good. Okay. So that allows me to pick up a thing. That one.
Yep. I think I want to do that, which gives me... Yeah. So I am going to...
And then when I pass it...
Okay. I'm going to choose this eyelet one, which is going to give me 1 cartographer action here, which I'm then immediately going to spend to shim for this action here, which will go...
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're fine. Does it matter? Yeah, it
No.
does. I will shim there,
See?
and then I will go there. So that's 2 food and 2
I
wood.
need more wood than I need.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other food should have gone
Because I need
on that one. There we go.
wood.
Okay? Oh, I'm
I
very
need
excited
more
about
wood. How do I make this happen?
shim. You have to clear ruins.
I need more wood.
Something there or something
I'm gonna
there.
clear a ruin. I'm just trying to get double wood. So if I leave that wood there, clean this one, then I could do this and shim because I have 1 cartographer point.
Move this thing over.
Am I correct in this? Yes, I am.
I didn't explain that. I think I overlooked that too. Jess,
What?
when did you claim the ruin? Just now?
When I placed the eyelet.
Okay. Instead of placing there, you should place here because when you do,
Yeah.
when you cover this space, let me show everybody.
Oh, I have a choice? I don't
Yeah,
have to
of
do
course.
that? Oh.
When you cover this space, and same goes with this one, there are helm points. When you cover it, you get the helm point. Okay.
Okay, then I'll
so
take
in that, there you go.
that one and get
Which
a log
gets a
book.
logbook. A log book.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And show everybody. What
I
is it?
get a tile.
There you
Fine.
go. Okay.
And I can stick that up there.
Logbook.
Okay.
We actually did a mic check, KK, so I don't know. I am plugged in. So, yeah, should be working. So, sorry
Jess
about
is
that.
just louder.
She is.
That's
All
all.
right, everyone's done with your income, right?
Yep.
Coop. Chris, you're up.
Mr. Cooper. All right. 6. That's 5. That's 2. Oh, that'll work.
Is that better, KK?
That'll also work. Okay.
Place the tile.
Oh, that'd be nice. Hold on. Ooh, we can do some with that later. We're gonna make my ship. All right, so the harbor master is there. He wants 6 cloth and 2 gold. I can give him 5 cloth and 3 gold. Well, I think he'll accept that. And I am red, which I normally am not, so I've been
Sorry.
thinking hard
My
about that
bad,
this game.
my bad.
That's okay. And then I got 2. Oh, yes, I got 2 helm points. And we're gonna go 1, 2. I got a cartographer point for jumping over that, and now I got a log book, and I got $1. My log book, and that's my turn. Except I get to draw a tile for my special card. bag of mystery, please.
All right, so you're done, right?
Done.
All right, so here we go. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and come on over here, and I'm going to claim my other special worker, which means this one's going to come out, and that's going to go on the statue space.
Wow.
There we go. So then, for my action, I'm going to take one of those special workers, and I'm going to come over here to claim a ruin and build a statue. I'm going to claim this ruin. It's the only one that I can claim because I'm not near that one. This one's going to come over here. That's going to get me a gold and a helm point. So the gold will then come there. The helm point will then go there. So that'll get me a cartographer. There. So then, for building the statue is going to be 2 gold. Take the statue, and that's going to be 2 wood right here. It has to be on a level 2. Food or wood. That's my last wood. I'll build it there. For building the statue, I get another helm point. I'm holding out hope I can cross that next turn, so I will move that one there. And because I claimed a ruin, I get another coin. You would think I should do something with these here very soon. And the turn of the yellow player is complete. Done. Hey, Brian.
I don't think I'm going to overthink it. Build. I have no cartographer points, so I can't get a village out there, but I'm not going to worry about it. 2. I get 2 discount.
Any mix.
Yeah, so I have 1, 2, 3 stone and 3 wood. So I'm going to use the discount for 1 off the wood and 1 off the stone for this building. And then the $2.
I got you. Go ahead.
Thank you. No cartographer points, so I'm just gonna go, I can't place on either of the, oh, I could potentially place on this one, because that. This one I'm not gonna be able to place on, so I'm gonna go there. I do need food, but I'll worry about that later.
Oh, I see what you got. Yeah, my bad. I should have built that one so it claims. Yeah. Gotcha. All right.
Okay, so that gives me 2 cartographer points.
2 helm points.
2 helm points, I'm sorry. So 1, 2.
Claim a ruin.
Claim a ruin.
I would ask for that one.
That's why I'm
Because I'm
thinking
trying to
of
come
not.
I've
Because you've
shot
already passed
that one,
this, so I
exactly.
should probably...
Yes, you do, Krasimir.
Because I'm not going to pass either of them. So I might as well do this one. That's going to go here, which gives me another cartographer point.
Helm point.
Helm point, gosh. I'm
Just
sorry.
words. It's all right.
All right, so that was 1, 2. So that's going to go there. I also get cards. Thank you.
And take your logbook real quick.
I get a logbook, and I also get a tile for building.
Holy combo, Batman.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your logbook?
Oh, hold on.
Okay, sorry. Too many things at once. Sorry.
Yeah. All right, there's the tile. My bad. Logbook is just 1, right?
A stone, a gold, or a food.
Oh, look, I have no food. Should probably do something about that.
I think it's going to be funny when she eschews the food, right?
Though, how many actions do I have left?
It looks like 1.
Darn it. So I'm probably gonna place a tile. What is it?
A lot of singing over there.
I can pull in place. That will get me. Oh gosh, I'm in so much trouble. I've made mistakes. Sure, I'll take a food. Here.
Okay.
right?
Yep, for the log. And is that it? Other than your cards, right? Shrey, go for it.
Okay. Can I fix something I messed up?
Yes.
I forgot to take this income because I had 1 and the coin that I got from this last time.
Okay, sure.
So
We'll allow it. Mulligan boy, that's fine. Asterisk. No, I'm just.
So rather than taking the food that I got from that, I need the coin because I desperately need the coin.
And draw a tile.
And I get
you
it.
just forgot to do that.
Yeah, I
you
forgot
haven't
to-
taken an action.
yeah, I
You're
forgot to do
fine
that.
with No worries.
All right, and then I will send this guy over here. Spend
Discount of 2.
discount of 2 to build a boat. So 2 money. So it's 4 money and 2 wood. So this is 2 money with the 2 discount. 1 wood because I have 1 discount on
Yo,
for the
dog,
card.
I hear you like discounts.
Yep. And then I'm gonna build. The cartographer would be nice, but 1, 2, 3. I think I need this one.
Ugh.
So, and I'm gonna take the wood for it, and it goes here.
It's just an extra storage space for him and 1 resource.
And I need to take 2 points, which will be 1, 2, which is, oh, that's getting tight. Space
Well,
is the
remember,
issue.
you have your new spot now.
I do, but space is. I'll do it anyway. I'm not going to build another boat this round.
So you get a food and
and
your
a wood.
choice of wood or
yeah,
stone.
I'll take a
right?
wood,
Okay.
and I will
And-
be done.
Hold on. You built. What'd you build? Oh, income ship.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. Crease.
Hey. That's pretty cool, actually. Draw and build 1. Can I get from an island? Ooh. No one's gonna do that. They don't have their squares.
Similar to your action before of taking this
Right, no
and
one's going
deciding
there.
you made a huge mistake.
I can't find my word.
Can I move that
Sure.
based on this?
That's fine.
Yeah, you would have seen the card.
Yeah, that's fine. No worries.
Alright. I think this might be fun. No, I want to do that. Alright, I'm going to do the thing I know I want to do. That. Alright, so
I think I
the,
spent my card.
the square here lets me draw 1 or build 1. So I'm going to build
tile.
a double tile. So I'm going to build this right here. Alright. And then I'm going to complete a ship. And I'm doing this one for 8 gold. Oh,
Wow.
right there.
And that's straight up 8 gold.
straight up 8 gold and 3 cartographer points and a little red
Wow.
thing. Alright.
Well done.
Yeah,
Wow,
alright.
Well done.
It's interesting. It made more sense to do it that way while it was even money instead of this one I had 5 for.
Wow.
Cool, yeah. So I got 3 cartographer points. Let's just go and get a book, right? Alright. This way there's nothing for me. Let's get a logbook. A coin and a stone. Well, I got no space for that, so I guess I'll
So
pick
you
one
get
or the
this-
other.
Oh yeah, it's
Right.
a coin or a stone. Yeah, you can't get both. So
What should I pick? I'll think about it. Probably a coin. You can go, I think.
I know.
I also get a draw.
Yeah, sure. I'm not going to interrupt him, but I'm also going to switch that logbook one.
Yep.
Oh, 5 food. I have 3, 4. I have 4 food. Okay. But it gives me a cartographer point, which is then, when I feed, I will then get. Oh boy. Okay, what do we do? I have no tiles. So I have my special worker and I have no tiles to place. I only have 3 food, 2, 3, check that, 4 food. I owe 2, 3, 4, 5 food. So I need food. So I need to, ideally, this is terrible. I need to be able to, oh, wait a minute. I think I might have just figured it out.
Did you know?
I think so. Nobody has built income ships but Shrey, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That gives me a tile. I then get that, and I can place that. I think that feels kind of wasteful, but here we go.
It's cartographer points. Yeah.
So we're going to go there, which gives me an income ship that anybody has built. So Shrey, I will use your middle one if you'll point to it.
Yep.
And gets
Draw a
me
tile?
draw a tile. So that will give me the free tile placement at the beginning of income of the next round. So
Good plan.
there, okay. Honestly, I don't care what it is. Then I get a resource of my choice. It's gross, but it actually doesn't matter, does it? I'll take a gold. It does matter. I'll take a gold for the free resource, and then I get 3 cartographer points. So the gold will go there, the 3 cartographer points, which I will then immediately spend 2 of them to then be able to place a single tile, which is going to be this wonderful meadow right there, which is going to get me, you guessed it, my 5th food. Done.
It's a lot of food. Okay.
There we go.
I'm gonna give
Thanks, Tony.
myself these 3 cartographer points, which flips this. I'm going to build a single food thing here, which gives me my 3 food for my workers. And costs 3 cartographer points. Now, I'm going to build a ship. Question. Do I pull those? Or do I do this thing? I have room for it. I might want to save those. So I have this card that lets me get $4 because I have 4 buildings out there. So I might do that.
I appreciate that, Tony and Brian. Thanks.
Because I do have room for it, but then those sit there. I'm going to chance it. Oh, am I going to hit? No, because I only have 1. So this is the ship I'm going to build. So I'm not going to hit anything. All right. So I'm going to flip that for $4. That goes up here, correct? Cards
What? The
here?
card? No, it shows into your marketplace.
It does. Okay. Well, a 4. And now I'm going to build a ship. What do I want to get? I like the flexibility of using someone else's. Got money. Oh, so it's money, any good, right? Except gold.
Yep.
Wood, stone, or food. So the only one not out there that I would be interested in is a cartographer point. So I think, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to do the any here because it gives me some flexibility. And that's going to cost me the 1 wood. And I'm going to move $1 up, which there's space for, so it's okay as long as there's space.
Yep.
And 3. Sorry. 3 and 1. That goes here. That gives me a cartographer point.
Helm point.
Helm point. I'm going to keep calling it that.
Yeah, I'll keep correcting you.
That's
It's all
fine.
good.
I think I'm going to go Shrey's way because
All right.
eventually I'm going to get down here. Well, obviously, yeah. Yeah. Goods and money, goods, tile and money. Oh, this is interesting. Somebody's going to get a good at some point, and I don't know who I want it to be. Gosh, you're doing awfully well. I don't think it's you. Yeah, and there's 3 there, and there's 2 here. Okay, so we're going that way. So that's the 1 helm point, and then I get to take a thing. Oh, and I also move up 1 on the cartographer when I build a ship. That was this
There you go.
thing. So that's my turn. I'm just going to figure out.
Yep.
Okay, here, real quick, before you take your turn, if we can. Hey, looky there. Casey, welcome.
Hey, welcome.
Welcome.
And it didn't
Welcome,
change.
Casey.
Hold on. This thing's been...
Did you give
There
it a
we go.
minute?
7
All right.
Cheers. Thanks, Casey.
Cheers.
Welcome.
Appreciate the support. Thank you very much. All right.
All right, so you're going to decide on one of these.
I'm going to take the any. All right, I'll take a 1.
Okay. So,
All right, so Shrey,
And that goes
I'm going to build a building.
here or here
what?
Cool.
for that one.
Income up top.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
So I'm going to build a building. This time, I'm super glad I built the extra storage space because now I'm going to convert this cloth into 2. It's 4
Once
cloth.
again, selling their clothes.
Yeah, into 2. 1 is going to go to storage. I'm going to build a building. It's going to be the small building. So money, 2 wood, and 2 stone.
Yep.
I'm clearing out my storage spaces because it's been a problem. So building this one. Oh, it's got to go somewhere.
That's going to be a very tall, small house. Very tall.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Well, the settlement gets you the extra one,
It does,
but it's your money generator, right?
Yeah,
But it's also your food generator.
food.
All right.
I'll cover the food. I'll figure some other thing.
Okay, so 1 helm point.
Yes, a home point. We'll go this way because that's so I get
Logbook?
a logbook. I'll take this one, and it is a stone, a wood, or a food. Oh, that's interesting. I could take the no. I think I need the wood. I'll take the wood.
Technically, Casey joined earlier, but you get the point, yes. Then you get
One
your
of these.
cards, and you get any
And-
unlock. It's your second
Oh, I do.
building.
Right. I will flip this, and I will be activating this.
Okay.
None of the neither of the big
So
ones.
move it over.
Yes. So I
right,
have a
done.
word. Okay.
Crease, you're up.
Nope.
Just thought of something we might be able to do.
Okay. Interesting. Order of operations. Okay, so so if I take this one, would I get the coin? Whenever you gain a logbook.
You would
okay.
have.
Yeah,
you
okay,
would have
good.
gotten your coin. You could have done the card first.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is whenever I gain a logbook, also gain 1 coin from the general supply if you can store it. So I need money, so I will do that. This can go under the stack.
Okay.
All right, we'll just go for it.
That's
Do it.
what I'm
That's the
saying.
spirit. I don't know. I
Okay.
haven't calculated it all out, but we'll see if it works.
See if it works. All
Where's
right.
my guy? This is the hardest part of the game for me, is finding my worker. All right, here.
Where did he run off
Where
to
is
now?
he?
You
Darn
will
it.
lose something.
I'm on blue. Who's
Or-
blue? Who's blue? They got
Or
a
you
stone.
put... Okay. Blue. Jess, get
There
a
you
stone.
Thanks.
All
Okay.
right. All right, we're gonna thread the needle. We're gonna turn these 2 cloth into a stone.
Which technically goes down to his marketplace, which then, as an
Move up
anytime
there.
action, can move up. Yes.
All right, now I can afford that top
Oh,
ship.
I could potentially build that
3 coins and a wood,
if.
and then
Income ship you're
Oh,
talking
gosh.
about,
Top
right?
income ship here.
I
Yep.
don't know what I'm talking about. I can't build
it's
that.
gonna get me helm point. That's gonna be the easy decision, and then I'm gonna get one of these. Oh, okay, I have a lot of things. I can do I want? I think I'm gonna take the. Let me think real quick. The dollar will probably be helpful, so I'm gonna take the dollar. That might have been the wrong decision, but that's what we're doing. And what else happens? As a free action, I'm going to get 2 cartography points. And then I'm going to spend them and make a food, a level 3 food right there.
And that was 3 cartography points,
Yes,
right?
it was.
All right, you're good.
Okay, good.
I'm out of workers. Jess is out of workers. Shrey,
Oh.
your new worker. You're up.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, That's pretty good. I would love to be able to draw 2 tiles because neither of these are the one that I want, but the 3 cartography points, cartographer points are going to be necessary. So, and I will get a coin because, like I said, I need money. I'm done.
Okay, so we go into upkeep. Feed your peeps. I owe 5 food. I have 1,
I owe 4.
3 and 3.
2, 3, 4, 5. Everyone done?
Well, I
With
can
feeding?
I can feed them.
I'm
Sorry.
Done.
Thinking I'm going to do this. I'm going to pay 2 for this from this, and then choose this to pay the extra
Oof.
because I want to make sure that I have the space.
Okay. All right, so now I'm the only one over here that has any of these workers. Because I fully fed, I get to then take a helm point for that, which that helm point will then go there. So that's going to be a food preemptively for next round, and a wood or a stone. And that'll be a stone. So those will go right here. There. Done. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to switch that. Then can reset anything. If you've gotten any of these, you can spend coins.
Yes, doing that.
Okay.
Resetting
Yes.
my cartography
We'll see that
1.
this-
I don't get things you can
I
reset.
gave you a coin accidentally.
And spend 2 for this card.
2 to 3, right? Yep.
All right. So moving on then. For each statue you've built, you get a helm point. Am I still the only one that's built statues?
I think
Yes.
Rub
Okay.
it in. Rub it in.
No, I don't mean it that way. I just sorry. 3 statues, so 3 helm points. Has to be on one ship. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, it's going to be this one. So it's going to go 1. I'll owe for this. 2, 3. So I will pay Jess the food that I just got. That will come there for her for the fee for hitting her harbor. I'm going to get to draw a tile there.
Oh, so this hasn't
Then
happened
I get
yet.
a logbook. Then I get a cartographer point. So a logbook. The logbook is another cartographer, so I get that and then that. There we go.
So I didn't take this income. I'm not used to having a ship.
Income? We're not
done
doing
income yet.
income.
Wow. See,
Then-
I'm really not used to it.
No one's clear or built on all 3 of their top level yet.
You took the coin when you built it, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Take your workers back, clear your marketplace, and move for the final time the harbor master.
No, I'm taking a coin.
There and there.
Okay. I need the bag, please.
Right here.
I need to see the tile I draw before I do the other things. And hopefully it's not the tile that I already have. It is not.
There you go.
It is the tile that I want.
Oh, well,
okay,
there
good.
you go.
That
That
is
works
a
out.
nice change. So I will do that in a second.
All right. Who has Cooper? Chris
I know.
still has Cooper.
He's been with me a long time.
You were doing income, though, right?
Get your income.
Yeah.
Don't forget your income ships, people.
Yep, I got my income chip that time.
$2.
During this phase, I can do it.
This one.
Oh, this definitely is going to go out.
So, oh no.
I'm gonna have 4.
It has to be this one. No, it can't be.
I'm gonna have 4.
I could just forego this, couldn't I?
This is gonna
You
be
do not have to place your income tiles. So these you do not have to do.
So for me to do it, I would have to place my double tile so that I could then place the islet tile, but I kind of don't want to.
I'm going to place
That.
this one.
Ew. Potentially, I have
this should be
something
up
that's
here.
feed. So
And this-
Speaking of food,
Ooh. All right, I'm going to place this one first. That one's going to go right there, which will get me a stone. Or,
I'll take that.
yeah, that's fine.
Oh, this is painful. No, I can't do such things. Oh, shucks.
Then I'm going to place this
I support
tile.
that.
That's wasted.
That'll
And that's
work.
going to be wasted.
There, so that's going to be a wood and a food. There.
Okay. Oh, I can't move that either. Oh, Chris, why did you give me a stone?
Because it was
Have a
blocking
good
my
one,
stuff.
Emmanuel.
I'm in so much
I
trouble.
was like, how am I going to get rid of this stone?
Thanks for the kind
Oh,
words.
that is so painful.
The storage space.
No.
No?
Yes.
Remember, you can turn in 4 to 1. I don't know if that helps. I'm
Yeah,
just a
that's-
reminder.
No, because I was going to be able to build this ship, but I can't get my money up there.
Yeah. That is.
Oh, that's gross.
And it's because of his damn stone.
That's gross.
Well,
Yep, she's healing as well, Emmanuel.
so I'm trying
Excuse
to take
me.
my income, and I was going to take a food, but that just limits my storage even more. Oh, this hurts. Shoot. All right. What do I take? I can take a coin.
Oh, I like this.
I get 4. I can move 2 up. That's 3. All right. I'll do that. I'll take a coin.
Bye, Shrey.
I'm going to get another coin.
I quit.
It's got to go higher. That would be 4. Oh, man.
That's hard to get 5 or high, right?
All right, what
Yeah.
are we at?
Oh, we're waiting on you to take your
I'm
income.
done.
All right, so Chris, here we go. 5th round.
There's my worker. All right.
Oh, thank you, Bradley. That was very
We're
kind.
building a ship for 2 off. But
I
first,
hate you so much.
First, we're going to get 2.
Because that would have solved the problem you caused.
Is it-
Glory to Rome times 10.
Oh, no.
We went over.
I was so excited to get rid
You
of that
didn't
stone.
even let me, like, you give me the stone.
I was so excited to get rid of that stone.
Oh,
It's
then
funny,
you
it's
take
funny
the
how like
discount.
the penalty of going on top of someone's worker ended up benefiting me. And
I hate you so much.
so anyway, I'm gonna get 2 coins and 2 wood with those special things. They're gonna go in there and there without me taking them. I will have paid 4 coins and 2 wood,
yep.
which is 1 less than this, so that gave me a discount of 2. So
Yep.
discount of 2. So I'm gonna build that ship down there for 2 helm points and 1 cartographer point.
Okay.
And this is going to give me, I'm going to go over your 2 things there, which is another cartographer point and a tile draw.
Oh, did we place our things?
Our
I did
titles.
not. Yeah, I didn't do
Hence income.
Sorry. I don't consider that income. That's a very weird thing to call it.
So you would have gotten a food.
I know. I would have gotten a food. Oh, fuck me.
Cool.
Ah, sparkles.
Sparkles.
And now get food and shim, and I got your shimmy.
Nothing in the world matters that I do now.
Sorry I gave you a stone.
Don't tell me, don't anyone tell me it has no interaction.
Yeah.
Bradley-
Everybody look at my board and try to figure something out, because I got nothing for both my moves.
Okay.
Oh, I got this.
Well, Chris went where I wanted to go. So
Oh, it wasn't coming.
That's
to
why I
find
have-
it.
that's
Yeah.
why I
There you go. So two.
So I can
helm
get another
points.
worker if I want, which isn't, I don't think, I decide it's not going to pay off, so I get 2 helm points. So interestingly, if I go there, I clear ruin. If I go here, I get nothing. I'll get nothing.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I've been trying to figure out how to do what I need to do.
just needed to. Well, let's see how I do it.
How can I get 2 helm points? I see I can get 1 easily enough. And how do I get 2? No, I'm still going to have to go there no matter what. I am currently 1 wood short, so I can place a tile. If I go there and then, oh, that might work. And, oh, of course it's the wrong one. 1, 2, nope. So if I go here, I get to draw a tile, place a tile, and a cartographer. But the problem is, I need a 3rd worker, and I don't have it. Because I can fill up all my spaces. But I can't feed if I do that. Which defeats the whole point of doing that, right? Is there a place I can get 4 food? Oh, wait a minute.
You can
I
make 4
spend,
food right now if you
hold
want
on. I
your
can
points.
spend cartographer
Yeah,
points.
no
that was
problem.
that was the fix.
You're
so there
right,
we go.
Martellus. I get 1 point for that.
There we go.
That is true.
So I'm gonna go there.
As opposed to 3.
I get to draw.
Oh, sorry.
I really want it to be food, and I want it to be this really badly. Thank you. So that's 4. It's worth it, I think. So I will then build it there. Will I? Wait. I will not. I'm sorry. I will build it there, which will be 1 wood and 1 food. There it is. Then I get 1 cartographer point there, and I'm going to spend, to make it a level 3, I will spend 3 cartographer points there to place a single tile. There, which that's worth 3 food, and we now have our 5 food that we need. And I have 1 action left, which, oh no. A moment. You know what? Let me take that part back. I'm not going to do that quite yet. So I'm going to get my 3 cartographer points back. Done. Okay, Jess, you're up. Did you see what Mattia said about?
Oh, I
unlocking
know.
the ship?
For
Okay.
That's what I was going to do. For 3 points, I can now do it for.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Sorry, I was locked into what I was doing.
Come up with a second move, because I got nothing on that. Also get some space.
So 3 coins and
Yeah. These 2.
there's that. And you get a resource for doing that.
I don't want one.
I don't believe
the
you have to
wood.
take it.
I think you do.
I'll have to look that up, but I don't think you're forced to take income.
You might not have to.
Well, then I would have been able to not take that income and not fill the space, and that would have been completely different.
So you wouldn't have done what?
I wouldn't have had to take the income that blocked the space. So check and see if you have to take income.
You must put a cube into the general supply. and then may perform the tile's eyelid action.
All right, so I took, I think, a food for, or did I take a coin? I don't know. Let's let it go.
Okay. So you're done? Did you get your helm point? I don't think you did.
I did not.
You can either that one or this one.
I'm closer to getting a logbook over there, but I don't know that I can. I can get 4 into the marketplace, but I can't get those dang things out.
Hey, Lucas. Rum demands sparkles. While Jess is thinking, Bradley earlier said, Jess, Edward, and crew just wanted to say thanks for doing the live streams. You guys are highly entertaining, informative, offer a great service to the board game community. Keep it up. Jonas said, agree with Bradley. Appreciate that, fellas. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right, have a good night, Jonas.
I don't know.
What are you not knowing?
I don't know.
Your helm point? Move a ship,
Okay.
Jess. Nope, you're black, or
I'm
you're
sorry.
blue.
You should do it. You get one of those.
You get a food and a wood or a stone.
But I don't have to.
You do not. Do you want just one of them?
Nope.
Okay.
All
Trey, you're up.
There is.
I can't, I don't know. I can't do anything else.
I'm going to do this. So 3 cartographers that I need, a money that I will then spend later. Okay. Yes. And I also get to, that's interesting, get one of those things. Unfortunately, it doesn't come down here. I'll draw a tile because I'm hoping for a specific thing. So
Go ahead.
So the one that I'm executing is this boat.
What's that do?
All
It's
right.
actually a point because you turn in stuff.
That is the one that I want. Yay.
I don't even have room for this stuff.
All right, I'm done.
I'm going to have $4 down here that can't move up because I can do this. I just don't have any room.
Okay. All right. All right, Chris, you're up.
I mean, I'll take it, but it's just, I'm
And hold on,
foobarred at
hold
this
on.
point. That was these, but
Hold on.
I'm
And Jess
foobarred.
claims that goal right there
Yep.
for building her second income ship.
Yep.
So you want another action?
No,
You get a
because I
cartographer point from
literally
that
have
card,
nothing
too.
I can do with my second action, so I'll just take 2 points.
And you get a cartographer for that.
So 2 more points.
Or so
1,
move.
2, and I'll take a tile.
Tile, yeah.
1, 2.
Okay.
All right, Chris. All right.
Read.
Yep.
Okay.
2 cartographer points from that ship lid. So that'll be how that works. So we're going to spend all 4. Yep, to make
I
a
can't.
5 high mountain. There's a gold
lot of
comes
gold.
on that, and then for my action, I find my action disc, and I place it there. That's going to be a 5 and a 4 for this one here, which only needed 5 and 2. So we
Well
got
done.
that.
Got them all.
Got them all. Pokemon.
I was just gonna.
All
You beat
right,
me to it. Two helm
2
points.
helm points, so I can.
I don't have a way to get the money, Matthias, to
I wonder if.
build the ships.
All right, we'll just kind of go.
There's no
scoot
space.
along here.
Yeah, sure. You can turn that, and one of the cloth in for a coin or something else, and it clears
There are
space.
2 cloths out there, both a coin.
Yep. Or do
Well,
that.
if we said that. Sorry, I could have done that before. Okay. Good point.
I can't play your game and mine. and
No,
do all
I
this,
just,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I messed it. So
All
that's
right,
a good
I'm
point
done.
when you get stuck.
All right, so last one for me is going to be special worker. Stop me if you've heard this before. Actually, don't. I will claim this one. That will go here, which is a gold and a helm point. The gold will be there. The helm point will be there. A draw, which will be that. So then I will build that one, which is going to be 2 gold. Take that off. That'll be 2 wood. There. Has to go on the highest. It'll go on the wood, which is going to get me another helm point, which this will go there, which will be another logbook, which will be draw another tile.
Oh, I should have drawn
There. And then
Draw a tile. That's exactly what I wanted. Oh, my dreams are coming true.
Then, what can we do? So I have 4 helm points, which will allow me to. There it is. I am 1 short. You know what? I will forego, because right now it's worth it to do it. I'm going to spend 3 of the helm points. Check that. I'm going to spend 2 of the helm points. Sorry. To then place a tile, a single tile, to put it there, which will get me 1 food. Done.
Spending 4 for a coin. Flipping this.
In the marketplace, right? So technically it goes out of the marketplace, comes up. Yep. You got it. There, and then comes up.
For 4 coins because I have 4 buildings.
Yep.
There's no longer a reason to overspend. So I'm going to give you a good build a ship.
Well, it technically goes up there and then the coin. Yep, there you go, right. And now, so you're building a ship, so move the coins up first and then you have room, so you get the idea.
It's 4 and 2.
There you go, 4 and 2. Build the ship. I did not take my coin. I keep forgetting that. Thank you.
Oh, for building statues.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's right there on top, too. Thank you, Matt.
So that would have been 4. I only had 1 space. So I potentially could, yeah, that's fine. So that one, 2 points and a
Oh.
cartographer. Just like his my turn. Yeah. And 2 points. 1.
And you would have to pay a fee over there. You got
It's
cloth.
fine.
That's
1, 2, please.
fine. You owe a fee?
Cartographer. A
Top.
coin.
Yep. And I assume one of the cloth.
That's 3. I don't see why I wouldn't do the coin.
Okay. Do the coin. And take your logbook.
Thank you.
And gold or cloth.
Here or here?
There you go. Marketplace is only when people pay you or you convert stuff. There you go.
That's my last action, so I can also move these over.
Yeah.
If
Just
you want. Yep.
to give myself more resources for the end of the
Yeah,
game.
and I guess technically I would have done the same with that. brought that over.
Oh, do they
Yep.
not count if they're out here?
They do not.
No.
Oh, well then I should be thinking differently.
Okay.
All right.
Shrey.
So
Wait a
before.
minute.
Sorry, go ahead.
Cartographer. I have those, so I should probably use them again. Last action.
You'll be able to use it during upkeep as well.
Only once, and I have 4.
Sure.
So I could potentially do a 1-pointer now and a 3-pointer then. So I want to make sure I,
2 and 2.
or a 2 and 2.
You can't do the 2 and 2.
Why?
So you can only do 1 action.
This turn and then.
You only have 1 empty space, Jess.
I could do a 3.
And then that's it.
Oh, right.
So you can do 1 action is my point. So it doesn't matter whether you take it now or during upkeep.
And cartography points do count as the 5 to 1
They
at the end
do,
of the game.
right.
So
So.
if you're getting 1 resource for it, then it's not.
Right.
It's actually worse.
Right.
Than if you keep cartography points. All right.
But if I do it now, I can move the resource over.
But like I said, the cartography points also count 1 for 5 for in the 5 for 1 end game.
Okay.
So so if you move over, you're
Right. So Shrey.
All right.
take
So
your turn.
I'm gonna build a
Go
boat.
back.
Surprise. So I have to pay someone. That's sad. Here, let's go to your marketplace. And I owe 6 and 2 wood. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 wood because it's normally 3, but I have a discount. So 6 and 2 wood for a boat. It'll be this one. Guess I'm gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can do this. Okay. So I will execute the coin. Oh, I'm not going to have the resource, I think. Well, we'll see what happens. All right, so I will take the coin. Goes here. And 3 points. 1, 2, 3. It'll go this way. 1, 2, 3. And what's something else I was going to do? Oh, right. I need to get my food to make sure I get my food. Here. So I will spend 3 cartographer points to go to a level 4 here, which will get me the food that I need for the feeding phase.
There you go.
And I'll be done.
Something
And
happened.
Chris.
All right, let's see. So I'll have 1, 2.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag, Eric and Matt. Peanut Gallery is awesome for fixing your mistakes, but you're also live in front of an audience, and then you have thousands of people afterwards that will critique. So it's a mixed bag. It's one thing. I choose the profession. Everybody else here is a volunteer. So people want to harp on me, that's fine, but not on them and their play.
I'm gonna think really hard for 1 second.
Not saying y'all are. I'm saying there are some out there that you get the point.
All right, in order to build a statue, you need.
What's the timestamp of that?
Huh?
What's the timestamp of that?
Oh. 3 hours and 10 minutes.
Might come up. Volunteering, you know.
I know.
6. Oh, I feel like I'm so close.
I feel like you're so close
I
to
feel like
something.
I'm
I
so
don't know what it
close to
is.
Exactly that. That could be.
6 and 6.
That could be 6 and 6. That's.
It's excessive. It's interesting how different all of our islands are. I'm sorry, all of our peninsulas are. So what is it you're trying to do, Chris?
It's not working out.
Okay.
It's okay.
right.
I thought there was some way if I had 6 and 6, I could convert enough to make a statue, which would be
Carla.
the most points at the end.
All right.
I don't think it's going to work out, so I'm just going to move on, and I think I'll get more points by just making resources. So, and if they're just all here at the end of the game, there's going to be 5 to 1. So, it's this one. See, slow it down there. All right, so I'm going to put 2 down, and like that, and then my last little thing is going to be the last one here. like that. Whatever. So, yeah, that and that.
There we go.
Okay.
And now you can take your stuff back.
Okay, so all this.
And Shrey, final action of the game, sir.
I am 2 resources short of building my last boat. It's so sad.
I am torn up for you. It's frustrating, though. I hear you.
Like,
I got all of this, but now I'm not going to be able to feed,
Yeah.
which means I don't
Oh.
get the bonus point. So yeah, I hear you.
I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to pay one. Oh, I can't even go there. So, it's irrelevant.
Thanks, Chip.
So,
It's irrelevant.
so instead, I'll build a large building. So I need to do this. If I want to do that, I need to do this. Where's my guy? I'll build a large building. So a large
Okay.
building is going to cost me 4 wood.
That's 4.
Here's 2 stone. Here's 2 money. So I need 2 more stone, which will come from converting. That's
1 stone.
1 stone, and then. Wait, can I not get the last stone?
You need 3 stone, right?
I have
Right.
2.
Yeah, you have 2. You need 2 more.
So I can do this. I can spend 2 to put down a thing, to put down that, which is going to give me 1 of the stone.
Yep.
And then this will convert 4 for 1
Yep.
to another stone.
Yep. Checks out.
That's a lot of stone.
That's a lot of stone.
1,
So 2, 3, 4.
4, and 2 money
Well done.
Nice.
for
Well done.
for a large building. Hey, let me first in the game. And it has to go here, it doesn't matter.
Put on there, you get a point.
Oh, right, of course. What am I doing?
So that's 3
3 points.
home points.
1, 2, 3, which is a cartography
And
point.
a book.
And a book. Hey, maybe it'll be awesome. It is a cartography point.
Instant victory.
And
Or a helm point, you mean, or a
help,
cartography?
a cartographer point.
In that case,
Hey.
there's a cartographer
Gotcha.
point.
Yes. You're good.
Yeah, okay. So that
Keep your
goes
buck.
there.
There you go.
And is there a victory point thing on here? No, there is not. So I
Hold on.
don't.
Don't even
This
give you
comes back,
resources
and that goes there.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's.
No worries.
Oh, that's interesting.
Philippines in the house tonight. Welcome. All right, cool, Carla. Still crazy to me that,
Yeah.
like, it's just, it blows me away.
Perform the action, build an income boat. It's taunting me.
Twist that knife.
That's like,
That's not-
Matthias, I would like to say you planned that.
this is like, okay, so glitter up to this card.
Right.
I don't know that we've had a card gotten a glory to Rome. It's gotten Rita. But
All right, so I will just take this one, which I'll flip immediately. It's performed 2 islet tiles, and I can get 2 resources there, and I'm just going to
get the
get.
same one. You got 4 resources.
I'm just getting 4 resources because there's 2 resources and 2 resources.
yep,
Real
there you go.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what they are.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. We do the final income in feeding. So I owe 5 food. I have 3 food. So I get 2 anchors.
Spending
I owe 3 food.
4 food.
3 and 3.
I need 2 anchors.
They're
I have
right
them. They're right here. So there's going to be anchor 1, anchor 2. This is going to come into play here momentarily, which is really unfortunate for me. Now, I do not get this helm point because I did not fully feed. Okay? So then, any resetting that you guys are going to do? Anything?
Nope.
6, no. Doesn't
Nope.
make it.
Okay, all right. Okay, so no ways here. Now, statues. I get 4 helm points.
That's a lot of home points.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I get to take a. Oh wait, I can't. Logbook. Get a cartographer. Awesome that I got it after I feed. Anybody else? Statues? Still the only one. All right. Anybody build the top row?
Yes.
I did. Jess did. and that's it. So we each get, well, here. There's my helm point. Jess gets 1. Where's your blue? Way over. It doesn't matter.
They're both
Yeah, you're
just
going
a
this
single
way,
point.
so-
There's nothing in the
Yeah.
direction. That one's closer to stuff.
There you go. All right. So then, take your workers back, move your stuff up from the marketplace, and then we go into final scoring.
Final scoring.
So yeah, well, I don't know if anybody has anything in the marketplace. So,
Yes.
okay. All right. So now we go into final scoring. So who wants to go first? Jess?
Sure.
All right. So there are on the little handy dandy little card here. So I'm going to have this right there. So logbooks. What do you have?
3.
So that's 15 plus where your ships are past the where you get logbooks.
1 for this.
1 and 1, so
So
2.
that's 17. Then this.
I built 4 buildings, so that's 5 points.
That's 22. Any flags on these guys or those? I don't think you do, but check. Top right corner.
Nope.
Okay. So you're at 22. Turn in 5 for every 5 that you turn in. This, all
I
this,
have 10,
and that.
so 2
show
points.
folks. So
4, 5, 6, and 4 cartographer points.
that'd be 2 more. That's 24 points. Leader in the clubhouse. No and no anchors. So remember.
Do you move or you don't?
No,
No.
24. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So Shrey.
All right, so I have less than that, I'm sure. So 10 for my logbooks, 2 more for this, so it's 12. And then that is, what is it? 4 for my boats, so it's 16. No flags. And then 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, really?
Yeah. Oh, that's sad,
So
but yeah.
17.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, you get it. 17. Remember,
yeah.
Chris, go for
All
it.
right, starting at 10 for my logbooks. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Then I'm down there, I got all 5. So 17 plus 8.
25.
Cool.
First time I've seen somebody get all of that.
That's
I'm
new.
going to, but there, still, that's
Still
impressive.
first time.
25.
And then turning in resources, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 extra, so that's 26 points.
26. Leader in the clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so for me, I have 4 logbooks. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, so 20. These, I have 4 of the statues, that's 25. I have all of my spaces covered, that's another 8, that's 33. Turn in all my resources, which are going to be 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That'll be 2 more.
35.
35.
35. There you go.
That is,
Hashtag
that is a
horrible teacher. Horrible teacher.
That's an insane score.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's the highest we've seen. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that as a brag. I'm saying we all started to where we were all like in the teens.
Yes.
And then, and I wasn't going to point it out. And so there you go. So there's definitely a ramp up. But I've also played the game more than anybody else at the table. So keep
That's
it.
not true. We're same.
Well, I kind of GM'd that one game, so
You
that
were
kind of
making
counts.
food. You weren't doing
Yeah,
anything.
I'm just
Sorry.
trying to say.
Same. He's just good at this.
So yeah, I wish I had a camera that you guys could see from my point of view over here. So here, and before we go away, mine is super low. There is nothing higher than 2 here.
Got
Chris,
a couple 6s here.
and a couple of
4s.
4s and all of that. Shrey,
I have these are 2 5s, but I have a lot of empty spaces up here.
Right.
And I didn't clear a single ruin.
oh wow, you didn't. No. And then Jess is kind of in between, right? Like some 3s, some 4s, and all that. So, and you see statues, you see hardcore. What'd you do? You did the lids.
Yeah.
Shrey
Only one
Tried to
that
do the
lives.
boats.
tried to do the boats, got 4 of the 5, and Jess did the buildings, more or less. So, like I said, we didn't plan on doing different things. It just so worked out that way. So there you go. So that's Cooper Island. Thank you to everybody here for taking time out of their Friday for doing this. And thanks to everybody who watched live as well as after the fact. A big, big thank you to Clay at Capstone Games for providing us the prototype as well as sponsoring the playthrough. A big thank you to Oda, who came by, the designer. And a very, very, very big thank you to Matthias, who is Frosted Games, who published this overseas originally. And yeah, so thank you. And to all the rest of y'all that hung out with us, thank you for doing this. So hopefully we help you guys make an informed decision on whether or not you think this would be a good game for you and your game group. It's releasing 2.5 weeks at Spiel at Essen, so you'll be able to get it there. I know you can pre-order this online from Capstone. I assume, Matthias, if you can get this before we sign off, I believe that people can pre-order this from you at Frosted Games as well. So there's that. Yeah, I forget anything else?
No.
No. All right. Like and subscribe down below. It helps you. It helps us. Everyone drives home in a Cadillac. Support the show. Please get us closer to 800. Plus, you guys get access Slack channel and a whole host of other benefits. We hit 800, we get a new camera. We add on a camera to everything that we're doing here, and it's going to be really, really exciting.
Seriously, if you enjoyed this and chat and talking with us, you get to keep doing that in Slack.
Yeah, it's
a great
pretty
place
active
to be.
community,
Yep.
really good folks. So yeah, check it out. There you go. All right, so time to go get some rest because I'm still sick. I'm Edward.
I'm Jess.
I'm Shrey.
Chris.
All right, y'all have a wonderful evening. Have a great weekend. We'll be back Monday with the weekly look ahead for next week. Take care, everybody.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Later.
I want ice cream.
Pre-orders in German. Matthias. Frosted Games. Check it out. All right, there we go.
German.
Yeah, nailed it. All
You want
right.
ice cream? I want ice cream.
I can go for some
would
ice cream.
definitely go for some ice cream.
What's open at 10:30 at night?
Oh, you got
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Do you think that place is still open?
JP Licks is open.
All right, done. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right,
Oh, that sounds so good.
I'm in.